the void never bark. Movie shows, they tear apart. Dimensions clash, they ignite the spark. Couch debates, turn the volume up. Set the chaos over for the cup. Alien worlds and twisted scenes. Banter spreads like electric dreams. Outer dimensions strike away. Train days set flames ablaze. Discussing bits and cosmic plays. Beyond the stars they find their praise. They find their praise. Ripping through the deep.
Welcome back again to another edition of the Outer Dimensions podcast. We're just a couple of brothers just chopping it up as always. Usually we talk movies, music, TV, and a lot more. But this time around, we're stepping into the square circle, aren't we, Dre?
Welcome, everybody, to something that was an oldie but a goodie. I did this, this was 7-8 years ago. I did this show, and it's coming back. Welcome to the Outer Dimensions Presents Outside Interference, the wrestling podcast. Yes. Now, is it going to be every week? No. Is it going to be every month? Maybe. But I felt like I needed to dip our toes into something that I have a huge passion for outside of my love of superheroes and comic books and movies. I love professional wrestling. And here we're going to talk about pretty much almost all the major companies. And when I say major companies, outside of the true fandoms of the WWE and I would say AEW, there are other companies out there that are actually putting on stellar product that you should be watching. And, my brother's here, obviously. We were supposed to have one brother here, but he's actually out supporting his daughter. Travis, we love you, man. I hope she kicks ass and takes home that championship. He's not going to be able to be here, but we got our other brother, Tony. Danny Danger.
Danny Danger. I'll accept
it
today. What's up? Thanks, Dave and Dre, for having me on. It's been a minute since I've been on the show, but excited to be back and talk some wrestling.
Yeah, we have to talk wrestling. It's funny. A lot of people that are in the toy market that collect action figures or into superheroes and into a lot of pop culture usually are wrestling fans. And today we are going to delve into that fandom, especially with we just had the Royal Rumble last Saturday. And I knew that this was going to be something big to talk about because the three of us had predictions, and only Dave's prediction came true. We'll get to that later. Oh. Dave, let's cue up the chat sheet. It's not the cheat sheet. It's going to be a chat sheet because we got topics to talk about. Yeah, this is my brother Tony right there. You can see you can see how he's dressed, man. He got his like tribal chief looking thing. I got the jacket on. I had to represent the jacket, looking clean and fresh. Dave looks like he's got the gauntlets on his arms ready to throw down. And Travis, well, he's sitting there as well, ready to throw down. Look like a tag team. I had to use some AI. I thought it would be too funny for us to have.
I mean, we almost look like a cross between either almost Attitude Era cross with like Virtua Fighters, characters from way back when.
Well,
Imagine some Tekken hairdos, yeah.
Yeah, I messed around with the AI a little bit afterwards, and this was like my favorite picture that came up. So let's go to that first slide because I want to cover something that was actually big news this past week, and I want to celebrate him because I think he did it. So if you guys did not watch it, it only streams on YouTube. They haven't gotten it off of YouTube. It is MLW. They are like a very small production. We would consider them the minor leagues, but they do get a lot of WWE, former AEW talent, and at Battle Riot, the title was put in the main event, and it was a Battle Royal. The Battle Royal that they had Festus. Yes, Festus, who we all know is Doc Gallows of Gallows and Anderson, the Good Brothers. They had them. They had Bishop Dyer. For those of you who don't know who Bishop Dyer is the former Baron Corbin. And he actually just made his recent AEW Dynamite.
Dark match.
Yeah, he had a dark match on Dynamite, and he killed it. Everybody said that they loved him. We also have Donovan Dijak. He is a tag team champion with Bishop Dyer.
I believe that's the YouTube channel right there.
Yes. And MLW is actually, like I said, Matt Riddle, which everybody knows him as the King of Bros. He was the former 2-time MLW champion. He actually lost the belt to Killer Cross, who we also know was formerly known as Karrion Kross in WWE.
Heavily underutilized.
Heavily.
If you guys didn't know what MLW stands for, it stands for many large wrestlers.
It's actually Major League Wrestling, but he's correct. That ring was full of, as they call it, the meat or beef. You know, if you guys know, when you see like the Haas wrestlers, the big Haas, like when you talk about these old school guys like Bruiser Brody or the modern day, like a Big Show.
You're right on YouTube.
Battle Riot. 40 participants, and I would say approximately 30 of them were over 6'2".
Oh yeah, and a lot of new what was it, All Japan Pro Wrestling guys, Nakajima, Kushida, Saito Kojima. Sometimes we get these are just guys. If you haven't watched these guys, Kushida was in the Cruiserweight Classic, actually in WWE.
Time Splitter.
He's one half of the greatest New Japan Pro Wrestling tag team, in my opinion, of the light heavyweight tag team division. Time Splitters with Alex Shelley. Many people could argue that the Motor City Machine Gun's probably the best light heavyweight tag team champion. I would say DIY of the modern era, but you know, it depends on how you look at this. But Killer Kross, if you didn't read his book, I got his book for Christmas. It's amazing to read his story. And the guy is completely over on the independents right now. I'm hoping he does a little bit of a Matt. Yeah, Kross needs. We want Kross.
Mm-hmm.
We want Kross. If this is not a shot to say get him back, please let him get a good run and then bring him here before AEW scoops him up and does nothing with him.
I also liked after Battle Riot, he went down ringside and thanked his mom. She just had recovered from cancer. So he dedicated the match to her, even passed her the title, which was beautiful. You know, the man is underutilized in previous organizations, and now he's the champ at MLW. And you know, I wish him the best of luck, man.
He deserves it. I think he's going to be probably one of the best champions they'll have because of the fact that he does, you know, MMA, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. He is a well-rounded wrestler that does camps in Tampa. He lives out of Orlando, in the Orlando, Tampa area of Florida. And he, you know, works with and is trained with several guys in AEW as well as WWE. So it'd be nice to see him get a little bit of a run. I don't know what the run's going to look like.
I mean, we've seen him already promoting himself on social media as soon as you know, he was done with WWE. He started promoting himself. But now that, you know, Cardona is with WWE, there's a vacuum right there, and I'm sure he's going to step into it and maybe even do it a little bit more efficiently than Cardona was, maybe.
No, Cardona I think was the blueprint. Cardona was the blueprint for how an indie wrestler.
That's what I'm saying. That he's probably going to do much better because he saw how Cardona was doing it. Hey, I can streamline it, and let's be honest, he's a bit more, like you say, he's more well-rounded as far as skills, right? Versatility. But also, I mean, I think he has a presence that Cardona, and also as his former identity, you know, Matt Ryder, Karrion, I mean, I think he's got more presence, more capability, or more ability on the mic. I just think that he can take that and just kind of crank it up to 11.
Heel or face, I think Kross is going to do well. I think if you put him, he's a face right now, and I think that as a face, he will be amazing because he's going to carry that company on his back, which is something that Triple H didn't pull the trigger on other than Vince, you know, and they did the stupid gimmicks with him. And again, his wife, you know, apparently, if anybody doesn't know, he was on Chris Van Vliet. He was on Busted Open Radio, and he talked about like how he was denied a contract renewal. And then when they went to the table to offer him, he and his wife were separate in 2 different rooms. and Scarlett was not offered a return contract. And that, I think, is what kind of swayed him to stay away from WWE. Unlike Cody Rhodes. When Cody Rhodes came back, they were like, Brandy's not going to wrestle. We don't want Brandy anywhere near a ring. We don't want her in the company. She stays at home. And Brandy has. And now she's doing her own thing with the yoga studio in Atlanta. Good for her. You know, but I think Scarlett is very much tied to the persona that is Cross. And, you know,
and she's also had her own matches as well in MLW. So
she fought Shotzi. She fought Gigi Dolan, both former WWE talents. And Shotzi was actually just on the cover. I read it today, actually, before I got on the show a few hours ago, that there's she's the #1 indie female wrestler right now because she's killing it. She's currently the HOG, the House of Glory, which is out of New York. Shout out to Tommy Dreamer. She is their women's champion. She's also for another independent company's female champion. I mean, she's wrestled the men. She wrestled Cardona. She had a feud with Cardona when they were on the Indies, which was hilarious last year. I thought it was great. But I want to see more. I hope that we see more. I think MLW, I think they were trying to get a deal with Fight TV. But as you could tell, everybody's trying to eat up the internet market on who's streaming what. So maybe Roku TV. We'll see. We'll hope. But I know Hammerstone just left and went back to NWA because he was actually in MLW again. And now he went to the Billy Corgan out of Atlanta. So
he just showed up for Battle Riot?
Yeah, he showed up for Battle Riot as a one-night deal.
Okay.
And
Pay-per-performance.
Yeah, and I was kind of mad because I think NWA, they were trying to do an open door policy where like Corgan would like have wrestlers come in and out, but then he noticed that wrestlers were not coming back because they were getting better deals at AEW or WWE. So, you know, we'll see what happens. But I think that this is going to be the next big thing to see coming out of there, you know, especially with, you know, Matt Riddle. He's not doing anything good over there. He's made a lot of comments. If you haven't seen him go out on TMZ where he's running off at the mouth talking about AJ Lee, CM Punk, Alania Black, who was Cora Jade, who's in now TNA Wrestling. He made a lot of very bold, very vulgar comments about all three of them. And, you know, I do hope that he, you know, makes some realizations to fix himself up. But I think he likes to live in that drama. But let's go to the next slide because this is the one that everybody really wants to talk about. WWE. Now, beyond that it was in Riyadh, and I kind of wanted to touch on this with both you guys. I don't know how you both felt about the Sami Zayn, Drew McIntyre title match that precluded the main event, which was the 30-man over-the-top rope men's Royal Rumble. From my perspective, watching that match, I know it was a setup for Sami to go win the belt next year to have his WrestleMania moment in Saudi Arabia when they go back for Mania 43 there. But it felt like it felt like a squash match. He did not have a lot of offense. I mean, McIntyre's 280 pounds, 6'6". I mean, the guy is athletic. He's very capable. I mean, Sami Zayn is maybe got 5 years left in him. Or as they like to say, he's got not many bumps on his bump card left. What do you guys think about that?
Tony, go ahead.
I think Drew is way over right now. And I was kind of at Raw when CM Punk went up to Roman Reigns and saying you can choose the hard road or you could choose the easy road. And McIntyre is not the easy road whatsoever. I think he's got a good push right now. And I saw it, as you can see, that even though it was Sami was like in that area where it was just testing the waters again to see how he would do. But I feel that the push was totally on McIntyre. From that awful matchup where they had on main event where Cody and all got that all in the stands match, which was bogus, and McIntyre interferes. They're pushing him over, but WWE is a big miss for me. They either hit something well or they just screw up big time.
100%.
So we'll see how we'll see how it winds up. I do want what you call it, Sammy to actually win. You know, he deserves the title. He's earned it for all the years and all the hard work he's done, not only in the independent scene but also with WWE. So
Oh
I do
God,
want him
El
to get
Generico and
Yeah,
Ring of
man.
Honor and on in PWG.
those amazing matches with KO. You know, Kevin Owens. Wow.
I mean, my take on it is, I feel like from a fan, I'm just sitting here back and I feel like they're just wasting Sammy. It almost feels like he's just, he's just being toyed with. They're not. It feels like they're not being serious with him. You know, it's because I mean we've had the storylines, and just I don't know. It just feels like he's being wasted. Like Dre says, he's only got so many years left in the tank. 5 years could actually be 5 months, given the wrong set of circumstances. He has an accident, and he can be forced to retire. I mean, we just saw the news officially of Big E declaring that he's retired now because of his injury. I mean, sometimes you get someone who has an injury, they can come back after so many years. Maybe something happens where they can come back, and other times you're like, you know what? Okay, I'm just going to accept this. But we get these people who go through these amazing matches, and they're not being utilized. Like you guys both said, WWE they can knock it out of the park, and a lot of times, us as fans are like, what the hell are you even doing? I mean,
There's another thing with Sammy is he's a talent. He's 100% a wonderful talent. Has a bunch of athleticism, but he doesn't have the prototypical WWE look.
Exactly.
Drew McIntyre has.
Oh yeah, Drew McIntyre is what Vince McMahon always wanted. He wanted those guys that were above 6'5", that were like 270, 275, Ultimate Warrior, Hulk Hogan, British Bulldog, Undertaker. These were the larger than life characters. But then you get to like post Attitude Era, you get Stone Cold, The Rock, guys that are a little bit slimmer. Look at Cody right now, he's 222, and he's a
I'd even compare Sammy to, don't hate me, Dre, I might compare him to Mick Foley.
That's not a bad comparison.
A person who's very physical. Maybe he's not the pretty
takes
boy.
Bumps. Yep, he takes a lot of bumps.
And let's be honest. Sammy does have an affinity for the flannels, but aside from that, like he's almost like the current generation Mick, because he's been put through the ringer. He's gone through so many different factions and storylines that it's we want a brawler type situation, someone who doesn't give up and the fans will get behind. That's Sammy. Hell, that was Mick.
Well, and Mick Foley did. Mick Foley paid his dues. I mean, he went to Hell in the Cell. I mean, he did the Dude Love.
He physically went through Hell and Back.
Exactly.
I mean, all the hardcore matches, and over in Japan, it's just all over the world. I mean, the amount of physical harm he did to his body.
Just the stuff he did in WCW,
Oh God, yeah.
Oh yeah.
And don't forget ECW as well.
ECW, wow, yeah.
Bang bang.
Wow.
I mean, then there was a DDT over in Japan when he did those death matches, like a la Bruiser Brody. I mean, and for those of you that hate Bruiser Brody, I'm not talking about or the late great Brody.
No,
I'm talking about Bruiser Brody, who was an actual professional wrestler of the late 70s, early 80s. That was like 6'9", like 300 pounds of just muscle.
Another way to look at it is like, okay, we had Sammy with the Usos, right? We had the Rock and Sock connection. I mean, there's a lot of great comparisons, and Sammy's that guy that he's physical, he can throw down, like you said, between him and Kevin Owens. I mean, Kevin Owens, I've been a big fan of his. It's just we get these great athletes, but they're just not given the storyline. They're not given the pushes.
KO he's just right now he's on the shelf with that neck fusion surgery, and he's right now, as per SAP, for anybody that follows any of like the big wrestling guys like Sean Ross Sapp, Ringside. I mean, Dave Meltzer. We're not even gonna talk. We'll talk about him when we get to AEW. But when you look at these guys, like saying that, like, Kevin Owens is going to be out for another year, possibly a little bit longer, because they want him to recoup and come back at full strength. I mean, it's a neck fusion surgery. That's Edge. That's Kurt Angle. That's
people we thought they would never be able to get in the ring again. After so many years, they did come back. So there's always those possibilities. But I just, part of me, I know there's there's a storyline and the company has their agendas, but like from the fan perspective, I just feel like come on, like always so close and just never getting all the way there, And
another thing I find similar to Mick and Sammy is, unfortunately, they also were punching bags.
Yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying? They were abused by the Undertaker, The Rock, and just to put them over. They were selling themselves, but they were also to the detriment of Mick Foley's career as well. I mean, he's a hardcore wrestler, and you got to give him his props, but some of those bumps were ridiculous, especially back in the day. And just the fights with the matches he had with KO and stuff, like what Dre said, that bump card is narrowing down to maybe a couple of more notches out of that punch card.
Think when Sami Zayn won the NXT World Title, the very first night that he won it, and KO came out when they had everybody surround the ring, and then KO betrayed him, and he did that power bomb right on the hardest part, which is if you are a tag team, you stand on the edge of the ring,
the apron's edge. Yeah, man,
and he power bombed him not once but twice. And then Sammy is they had their hardcore match that was at Elimination Chamber last year when they were in Toronto, and that put Sammy for not being at Mania last year. Then you have him in the Rumble this year where he should have been in the main event, but he was in a co-main event. And now they're saying that, for next year, it's barring any injuries, knock on wood, that he's going to be the Rumble winner. But then I was like, well, who would you put him up against that's a believable guy that's going to be the one to drop the belt to? Like, who could you put? You don't want to put it on, like, is it Breaker? Because Breaker is the guy that, that I could see losing it. Is it Punk? Punk's 48 years old. He's got less bumps on his bump card than Sammy. Is it Gunther? Gunther's taken a couple of losses to Sami Zayn. Is it Gunther? Is it Drew? Is it Jacob Fatu? Who would it be? And I've been looking at that and just kind of saying, like, who would be the guy I'd want him to take that belt from? Gunther would be the obvious choice, but then I'm like, we'll wait and see later this year, because we'll know how that'll pan out after SummerSlam, because SummerSlam in Survivor Series sets up Mania season, getting ready for the next year. But let's just talk about this. So we'll start with the Women's Royal Rumble. I did not pick Rhea. I picked Rhea Ripley. Actually, originally,
I did too.
Dave picked Rhea Ripley. Originally, I had Jordan Grace, but then I was like, nah, I'm going to go with Rhea. I think Rhea is.
Yeah, that was my choice, Jordan Grace.
All three. And
see,
our boy Tony had that. And I'm going to say, Jordan got eliminated unceremoniously, which was terrible. I was like, she is the juggernaut for a reason, and then they don't let her be the juggernaut, which I thought was kind of lame. But when we get down to the final five, Rhea, Raquel, Liv, Sol Ruca, and Tiffany Stratton. Like that,
talent.
5 women that I'm like, any of those 5 women, I can see. Sol Ruca being like my brother-in-law, who has not loved NXT, has started watching Sol Ruca, and he's like, dude, that girl is. I'm like, her finishing move is amazing. The Soul Snatcher, like you can't beat that.
She's the female Jeff Hardy, man. She's amazing.
She really is. She reminds me of a modern day Lita. If Lita was that a young girl again that could go in the ring, that's Sol Ruca. And I was very surprised that they let her get down to that level of the final 3, and I was impressed. But Liv was not my pick. I would have liked Rhea or
I did not see Liv winning it, but
I really thought Tiffany, to be honest, when it came down to those last 3 women, I was like, it's gonna be Tiffany time. She's been out with a concussion. It's like she's due for the win.
Jay Cargill rematch,
yeah, we need that rematch.
I think because a lot of people were expecting that. That's why maybe they didn't go there.
Well, that's what we'll talk about Elimination Chamber next after this, because that's the next setup for this, which is going to set up our Mania ideas. But as you can see, folks, this is what we were thinking about. Like, we weren't really expecting Liv. Do I really care that it's her? She's 31. You know, Charlotte's on the way out. Becky's kind of almost becoming a part-timer. You have Bailey, who's looking to leave and probably go to AEW to finish out her career with Sasha over there. Yeah. You know, Liv right now, you could look like you're setting up a Shawn Michaels, Kevin Nash, like the Big Daddy Cool Diesel match where like she'll win the belt and then she'll drop it to Raquel probably at Mania or like post Mania, maybe SummerSlam. They'll have that match. That's what it looks like they're doing. Because I mean, it looks like they're just going.
Or maybe Raquel decides to switch sides and take her out. Who knows?
I think
until Liv won the Rumble, I thought Raquel had the bigger push.
Oh, Raquel had the push. She had the rocket on her back. Because I'm like, Stephanie, no offense to Stephanie. Again, I love my Latina wrestling. As a Latino male, I needed to have one of us get a win. Like, man, Raquel, come on, get in there, Raquel. Like, if I can't get Rhea, I'll get Raquel. You know, both tall women, strong, that are like, you know, that I think that the rocket was strapped on Rhea and it's kind of been pulled back a little bit. Raquel needs that push, and she's like, Kevin Nash gave her the stamp of approval. Now she's big sexy mommy. Yeah. You know, big mommy cool. You know, she's rocking that.
Ruda más ruda, and I love that about that.
I love that when she and then I love that they're doing more of her letting her speak Spanish on the mic and letting her get like that more lucha libre style, like kind of rudo presence.
I don't know. I don't know if you noticed when she was outside. I don't know who she had, but she was outside the ring at the Rumble, and I guess a fan said something regards, you know, something. She says, "Tu madre," you know, it's like your mom. That was awesome.
Oh, I wouldn't doubt it, because she's hardcore, but she's a super sweetheart though outside the ring. From what I've seen in her Instagram and stuff like that, she really does have, like, her character really stays in the ring. You know, but again, kayfabe isn't kayfabe dead? We'll have a whole podcast on that when we get Travis.
Unreal will have you believe that if you watch that show.
Yeah, but I don't watch Unreal because I believe in kayfabe.
I've never seen Unreal. I know of it, I just never watched it.
It's not worth watching, to be honest.
It's WWE trying to, like, hey, I want to do a behind the scenes doc series, and so it's still going to be biased. There's still going to be editorial.
Oh, and they've already, like, Chelsea Green was super pissed off with Michael Hayes when he said on the show about her being like, she came out and Chelsea Green flamed his ass really good, and I was like, good on you, girl. She's Matt Cardona's wife. The girl is wrestled Penta in Lucha Underground.
Yep.
That girl puts herself on the line and can sell like nobody's business and is actually talented.
And what was the last time Michael Hayes was relevant in any shape or form?
The Hardy Boys, and before that,
what year?
I would say when he was a wannabe Fourth Horseman. I'll just leave it at that.
He's still one of those remaining WWE lackeys. So
he's a Vince lackey. He's a Bruce Pritchard lackey
with his little penciled-in mustache and a little goatee.
Oh God! Now let's talk about the men's Royal Rumble. Now I did not pick Roman to win.
That was a shock to me too.
My pick wasn't even in the Rumble. I wanted I wanted Finn Balor. I was hoping that our boy was going to get the push because he's been, you know, I expected it, but he wasn't even there. And, you know, I see Obafemi come out, and I was ready to say, man, Oba's going to win. Like, is Oba going to Mania?
Well, yeah, when you get an opportunity, I want to talk about that.
Oh, go! You can go ahead now because I love the Oba.
All right, Obafemi won. I think he's a phenomenal looking attraction. I don't know if his skill set is 100% there, but he does have the power. But for me, as a wrestling fan, that push doesn't appeal to me, especially with Braun Breaker, Rusev, Solo Sikoa, Rey Mysterio, and Mark Cardona. Oba came in at first in the ring, so he started off. Everybody else came, so everyone else after him and himself are fresh. They offered no competitive not even a move against them, and they get eliminated. I feel that especially for Rusev, which was a powerhouse for the longest, it still came back after leaving WWE as a mainstay to become, with especially those matches he pulled on with
Cena.
the Irish guy.
Oh, Sheamus. Yeah, when they
Sheamus.
they
Yeah.
killed it.
Exactly. To be eliminated within seconds.
Oh yeah.
Solo Sequoia, another one.
Oh god, when I saw
and then I'm thinking to myself, oh, I understand if Obafemi was entrant number 16, where a lot of the guys already been in there for 30 minutes are kind of gassed, and then you can throw them over the ring. But no, offering fresh guy who are powerhouses as well, no competition for Obafemi. For me, it devalues the brand. Even though it's elevating Oba, it still doesn't feel like it's realistic to me. And then the next day on Monday Night Raw against the War Raiders,
which was
supposed to be a tag match.
Yep.
First of all,
he was a beast.
Yeah, first of all, when you have a tag match, Oba was announced first. He didn't even wait for his partner if he did have a partner. I think it was just a squash match.
I mean, I'm pretty sure he counts as like maybe even 3 guys.
Yeah. So he just decimated within seconds the War Raiders, dude.
And they were former tag team champions, former Ring of Honor tag team champions, former New Japan tag team champions.
All of these guys have great accolades.
They were just his playthings, man.
Right. I don't like how unrealistic it is to me for his push. I know he's a phenom, but let's be more realistic.
You know how many years he's been in the business?
How many?
3. He started in NIL 3 years ago. And he's been training for 2 years, and his push started last year when he became the NXT champion. 2-time NXT champion, retired the belt. Didn't even lose the belt, retired the belt. Because they didn't want to, they're trying to give him that Goldberg, because if you guys heard at the Rumble, it was Oba, not Goldberg. Come on, folks, similar cadence of how you say it.
Yeah, but at least with Goldberg, he had more jobbers on that list of victories than 100%, legit wrestlers. I think it devalues the brand of wrestlers like Sequoia and Rusev, the War Raiders. I think there's a better way to do it, making still look good, but not making everybody look garbage.
Oh, he beat Matt Cardona. Like he beat Cardona, who's not a small guy. Let's put it out there. Cardona's 250. The guy benches. He's in great shape.
Yeah.
And he fucking manhandled him. Tossed him around like he was a cruiserweight.
Yeah. But yet Cody can go toe to toe with him on Saturday Night Main Event and go to a draw.
Oh, he beat his ass on. Cody was getting, even Cody said it on his podcast, he said Oba beat his ass. Like he got chucked around. And I look at it like more unrealistic is someone like Javon Evans, 21 years old. The young OG, and you're like, I weigh more than you do, and you're thinking you're gonna toss Obafemi around? Hell no, boy. Like I get they're strapping the rocket on his back too, but send him to AAA. Like I believe in the excursion, like what they do in Japan.
But my man is bouncy though, man.
Oh,
he's
my man is
highlight
bouncy.
Reel.
He really is a human highlight reel, and I love that because he's like a young Kofi Kingston.
Yeah,
Kofi was like
he
that.
Totally reminds me of a young Kofi Kingston.
Kofi was like that. He bounced around and did all that. But I think if you did excursions like they do in Mexico, they do in Japan, where guys go, and if you're what they call a young lion, they send you out overseas and you do excursions for like 6 months, and you gain experience in a new promotion, learning the ropes. You try being a face or a heel, and it's guys like Tetsuya Naito, Bushi, guys that currently left New Japan, David Finlay, who is now a free agent, Evil, who was Watanabe at one point, went to Ring of Honor for an excursion, Kushida went for an excursion. You even have guys like Andrade, Santos Escobar, who else? Omos, the guy is, the Nigerian Nightmare, went to Japan. Who is it? The heavyset black guy that was going to be they wanted to replace the New Day with, the one that they kicked out of WWE. he and another former NXT guy became the tag team champions and were dominating in Japan. And I'm like, I look at that, I'm like, if you did that now, no, not Kota Ibushi, Bushi, as in former member of Los Ingobernables de Japón, the LFI. Or LGI, sorry. If you're a big fan of New Japan Pro Wrestling and know my faction, they just broke up. Actually, Bullet Club no longer exists either.
Yeah.
I swear, we got to do a whole show on that.
Are the War Dogs still a thing, or are they going to AEW?
They got disbanded. War Dogs officially disbanded as of the day after Wrestle Kingdom.
Okay.
So, because David Finlay, Evil, TJ Perkins just showed up in AAA. They just signed him back. WWE, which is under WWE's umbrella. So he's back over there. And TJP was part of, not War Dogs, but he was part of the Embassy, which was Will Ospreay, folks.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think one of the War Dogs joined recently AEW.
Yep. Several of the War Dogs. Because they're thinking that Evil, who was Watanabe, who is the House of Torture Bullet Club faction, he was going to come to. They think WWE had big interest in him. I don't see it because he doesn't speak English. He maybe speaks a little bit of English because I know Shinsuke speaks perfect English. So does Tozawa. So does Io Shirai. So does Asuka, Kairi. But they're not going to. I don't think he'd get pushed, especially with the gimmick of being evil. Like, he works better in a faction, and unless you're going to build the faction of like House of Torture, like with the Wyatt Six. Like, if you wanted to see again, fantasy book. You let me get Bushi, or no, you let me get Evil and bring him here and build a stable of like, take Nakamura, put some face paint on him. Let the Guerrillas of War, Tama and Tama really needs to just separate. Put Tama by himself and let him go on a face run from the MFTs. I mean, I could fantasy book SmackDown way better than they're doing it. But again,
how about kicking out Kesha out of AEW's Don Callis family and bringing Evil?
Well, we'll get to that with AEW because he's wrestling. Okay. He actually has a big for Grand Slam Australia coming up in like another week or so. They have he's going to be one of the triple main events, and I want to talk about that. But again, with Roman, I could even take it or leave it. Oba was, like I said, the runaway. Logan Paul I felt like a complete waste of like Orton.
Well, he's always been a complete waste.
Yes, exactly.
Yes, me.
Thank you.
I gotta admit, he's a phenomenal talent, but he doesn't have that presence.
I mean, like, I wanted to touch base on the Oba. Do you think that they're hoping that he could be? I hate to use this comparison, but you think it because you used the term Fina. Do you think that they're hoping that he could be an Undertaker or something that's even 25% of that?
They're
like
a Goldberg, Brock Lesnar. Gotcha. You don't have him talk much. He can talk. I love his skills.
I mean,
I was joking about my friends. As long as he's not as long as he's not an Ahmed Johnson, he'll be all right.
Oh God, he's trying to come back, right?
Okay.
He shouldn't. He's 56. Please stop. Like, no.
And that's what I was thinking when I saw Paul London at Battle Riot.
Oh God, I know. But did you see him on Chris Van Vliet? How he? Oh God. For anybody, if you don't watch, Chris Van Vliet is like one of the biggest. Like, he gets all the big talent from all the companies.
Oh yeah.
Them down. Paul London's interview was actually really cool to hear his hot takes from WCW, from WWE. To what he's done in MLW, what he has at school, and I mean, the guy sounds like he's actually like one of us.
Oh yeah, he's cool, dude. But I mean, for going back I would just say, let's put up those.
It's. I think that some of them
straps.
When you mentioned Ahmed Johnson just now, it's like for anybody that doesn't remember, Ahmed Johnson was like probably if in the time where you could have built up an African American male that would have been like he was the WWE's equivalent of Monty Brown without the comedy. Like Monty Brown, if you don't know, if you didn't watch TNA or NWA, TNA. Monty Brown was like Goldberg. He was comedic, athletic, great on the mic, and he was a great foil to fight Truth, who was the NWA champion, AJ Styles, Christopher Daniels. But then you have Ahmed Johnson, and the guy could not talk on the mic. He couldn't move. He was stiff. He hurt more wrestlers. Shawn Michaels hated working with him. I mean, a lot of the guys hated working with him. He just had no talent. He was all sizzle, no steak.
Yeah, he just had the look.
Oh, he had the look. But like I just said, all sizzle, no steak.
Yep.
But, you know, when you look at Roman winning, I think this comes from the McAfee podcast coming on there and saying all the shit that he said, you know, which I do have my one to the sky.
You can recognize him.
I will acknowledge Roman.
You can acknowledge, yeah.
I love Roman. I love the fact that the promo on Raw, I showed it to my wife because we saw Zootopia. If you didn't see Zootopia,
So good.
such a great film.
Yes.
Zebros. And my wife was when I showed her the promo and he says, "What'd you say to me after that Zebros shit?" And now, mind you, Peanut watches wrestling with me, so I had to like pray that she wasn't paying attention because I was like, "Oh, don't say that," because she'll know it's Zootopia. And you know, the promo when he said what he said, he's like, "And you will acknowledge me." I was like, "Ooh, chills!" Like, but you're having the god on the mic, CM Punk, the guy that can, the modern day can cut a promo better than anybody else. And you're going against him, I cannot wait. Bully Ray said it best. He's like, they have me invested in a fight, not in a match. I don't care about a match. These guys are going to put on probably one of the best fights we're going to see at Mania, whichever night you put them on. I hope it's night one.
Maybe the best fight we've seen in a couple of years.
Oh, hell yeah. I think, well, I would say the bloodline fight where everybody exited the locker room and like helped Cody and fought Roman and the bloodline. I think that was a great fight. But I think you're right. Drew McIntyre versus Punk in the cage. That was in the Hell in the Cell match. That was a great fight to watch because Drew hates Punk and Punk hates Drew.
Well, I want to throw this out there. What? Because let's be honest, it's the division is going to have some kind of interaction with the storyline because both Punk and Roman were both Heyman men.
I don't think so. I don't think. You know, I think they're gonna. I think if for my money's on this, I think they're gonna leave that alone because
really.
And here's why. Here's why I'm seeing that because I think currently the only person they will let interfere in that match would be Balor. Because I think that the way I would book, the way I'm seeing them, and I think I would book it, is Roman and Punk need their own main event. Seth was involved in it last time where Heyman was. Now Heyman's not involved.
Do you think that Heyman might interact with Finn in any shape or form?
I don't think so. I think if I'm going to book the Vision right now, I need Breaker needs to get into he's already in the main event, but he needs to get a win over Seth. Seth is going to come back, and it's going to be Seth versus Breaker. And then I think that might happen at Elimination Chamber if unless they save it for Mania. And I think Seth comes back at Elimination Chamber, and then they build a match for Mania as Breaker with the Vision versus Seth and Austin Theory, and I'm thinking Montez Ford. That's what my pick for because I think that's the setup. And
I think LA Knight's going to be somewhere in there too.
I think here's what I think. I think if I'm going to put LA Knight in a Mania thing, because we still have don't forget, we have a ladder match. We have the Money in the Bank match at Mania. They usually will put it at Mania. If they don't put it at Mania, it goes to the pay-per-view. I don't want injured LA Knight, but I think LA Knight gets some sort of title match, like for the IC title. I think they're going to slot him for the mid-card belt and take it off of Dom. and then Finn may be involved in that. I think the Vision is going to be isolated to just the Vision and Seth Rollins. There's too much heat unless you turn Rollins face, which I don't see the reason why to turn face, because he's going to go beat up Punk, who is the top face of the company, who's on the cover of 2K26. I don't see Punk getting that. I don't see them having that. Now, if I'm going to have – now, obviously, Punk had his WrestleMania win. Are we going to have Roman have a win over him? Maybe. Who knows? Like you said, it might be Seth interfering and knocking him out, and then nobody wins that match. You know, I mean, I don't know. But it definitely brings me to the next big show, which Dave, bring it on over, which is Elimination Chamber. This is I call this the bridge show, because we don't get, I don't think with the month of March, WWE has, I think, a Saturday night's main event between then and April 18th. So I don't know if we have another big, I don't think there's a pay-per-view slotted for March. So if there isn't a pay-per-view slotted, we have to pick the 6 competitors to go in the cage. My brother-in-law watched it. Obviously, Orton qualified last night against Aleister Black and Solo Sikoa. Tiffany Stratton qualified in her match. I mean, obviously, this is for who's going to be going against Drew McIntyre. I'm picking these lists, and you guys can agree or disagree with me. I'm thinking if I have to pick for Elimination Chamber, obviously, we got to be putting Jacob Fatu. Fatu is way over. Yeah. All gas, no brakes with it. You know what I mean? Like, I need Jacob Fatu. Yeah. Sami Zayn. He just lost. You need to give him another shot. Cody Rhodes. Need I say more on Cody? But then I was like, Orton, who else am I going to try to slot in? Who else is a major heel on SmackDown that I can put in there? Because Fatu technically is a heel, but he's over. Now, I could slot LA Knight into this. AJ Styles?
AJ Styles is pretty retired.
We'll get to that at some point, but I mean, we need bodies.
Is he going to AEW? I'm just kidding.
Nah, he's not. That's where his friends are, though. But honestly, this is at Punk's. So for anybody that doesn't know, Punk is from Chicago. This is at the United Center, where the first all-out pay-per-view that Punk headlined and won the belt against Jon Moxley. This is Punk's home. You can't. Punk is going to fight Finn in the main event here. If they do the Elimination Chamber match, it's going to be after Punk. Or Punk is going to either start the show or end the show. They're going to bookmark it with Punk in some part of this. And Finn would be the number one pick for this, obviously. And Finn's not winning against Punk in his hometown. They'll riot in Chicago. Now, who do you guys think? Who could we pick? Carmelo Hayes? Ilya Dragunov? The Miz? Do we even care if the Miz is in this?
No, let's skip the Miz. Dragunov would be a good pick.
I think Dragunov would be a hell of a pick. Gunther? Do we slot Gunther in this thing?
You know, I would slot Gunther just because I want to see him get his ass kicked.
I agree with both of you. They slot him in everything, and I'd love to see him get his ass kicked. But I honestly, it feels like it's a weird, I agree, Ultracart. I don't want Miz, but what bodies do you have to put in there? You're not gonna. You could put Tama Tonga. I would love Tama Tonga. He is a great singles wrestler. He has been the Open Heavyweight Champion in New Japan Pro Wrestling. He was the Intercontinental Champion in New Japan, or what they call the Global Title over in New Japan. He's multi-time, tag champion with his brother, 6-man tag champion. I could see. Do you put Shinsuke? Do you put Shinsuke in there?
Do you want Rusev? Any of the Americanos in there?
No, please.
I wouldn't see. They kind of kill. It's hard for me to.
They brought back Chad Gable, so
they brought back was it El Número Uno. They called him El Número Uno Grande Americano. Now,
so that makes Ludwig number 2.
No, they called him.
I heard he smells like a number 2.
But see, Ludwig killed his gimmick for me on Monday when he spoke English in his accent that he has with his German accent. If they left it when he was like, "Mi gente, yo soy raza," I was like, "Yo,
that was pretty good." Yeah, I like.
Because he's over. He is so over in Mexico.
And he sounded more like a Spaniard.
Bro, he was as more Mexicano. I felt like this guy was like, as you said, a Spaniard. And I was like, if you left him in Mexico, he would probably be the heavyweight champion right now. Because nobody's bigger than that. And we'll get to that in the next slide. But honestly, if I had to pick him, I don't know if I'd put him in because I feel like he's too much of a comedy gimmick. And Elimination Chamber is a serious. They want I feel Shinsuke would be a pick. Rusev could be a pick.
You want the knockout dragouts. That's what
I want. Exactly. Obafemi might be picked in this.
Well, Nakamura's match with AJ Styles was phenomenal.
Oh,
I think that's the match AJ wanted to end on if he had his choice.
Honestly, but if you watch their New Japan wrestling when they fought for the Intercontinental title, that their match was almost a perfect mirror of 10 years ago.
Even to the end with the fist bumping,
yeah, when they fist bumped and he did the Kinshasa and it was such a, and that was Bullet Club.
Now if they throw
Bullet Club
versus
he was in the faction that no longer existed, Okada ran with Shinsuke. If anybody knows it in the chat, put it in the chat. They were in a faction, Chaos,
yes, Chaos versus Bullet Club. It was awesome.
Yeah, that was big in New Japan. If y'all didn't know, Chaos was the second largest face faction in the company, and Bullet Club obviously being the top heel faction, but they were over as well. So it depends. Dave, go on. You were going to say something. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was going to say if they're bringing Oba in there, they're going to have to make a special chamber
just to fit him.
Cage just for him,
extra wide, double wide.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's going to have to be.
We could throw in Powerhouse.
And you know what? Don't even wait for the door to unlock. He just busts right through it.
Oh, he would do a freaking. I see him kicking the thing open, But I can see a Powerhouse.
Kool-Aid man action, just break right through it.
Can we see Powerhouse Hobbs, Mr. Royce Keys?
He needs a push.
He needs the push.
Yeah, he does.
I see it. I see that. I mean, he hasn't picked the show yet. If Oba hasn't picked the show yet either, if you're gonna put, I don't want both of them on the same show personally.
He might go where Cody goes. Since they're
I feel like if you're gonna put Royce Keys where Cody is, that could help Cody kind of mentor him a little bit, then leave him on SmackDown and put Oba on Raw, because Trick Williams. How can I forget Trick Williams on SmackDown? Trick Williams is gonna get a spot in that cage. He's been cooking on all cylinders. Can we agree on that?
I see Trick Williams over Oba for the elimination.
I do too. I can agree. Where's my? I have to support Trick Williams.
But Randy has only I would say maybe 5 more years, so he needs to get some titles to catch up. Some more heavyweight championships.
Don't love Trick Williams. Mind your business. Grown folks talking.
You heard what I said, Dre?
I heard you said. I agree with you. Randy's chasing number 16.
Yeah.
But he ain't gonna beat Cena. They're not gonna let him beat Cena. I think Cena is now the top.
The pinnacle to the
I think they'll let him tie Flair at 16. Orton will tie at 16, but they won't let him beat Cena.
Ooh, but Orton was there before Cena. Oof.
Orton's a legacy. He's got a grandfather and a father.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That'd be rough, man.
I believe that Orton should not. I think Orton should pass it, but maybe it's going to be Roman. Roman's got the bloodline legacy, the whole family lineage, going to his grandfather.
Yeah. WWE went into a buying of all the Samoans out there to bring them into the bloodline,
except for Zilla. Shout out to you, Zilla. I'm watching you on the Independents. I need you here because you need to be in WWE, Zilla. I like you. And Orton supports you, so you definitely know you're co-signed. And if you don't know who Zilla Fatu is the son of the late great Umaga. So, and he just got an Ultimate figure too. I don't like.
And if you don't know who Umaga is, do your damn research.
You missed out on some of the probably best Samoan wrestler. Like, basically, Solo Sikoa's gimmick is Umaga. Mine says Solo talks. I mean, he does the Samoan spike the way Umaga does it. Zilla does the Samoan spike, but as a Superman punch. Shout out to Roman, his cousin. You know, honestly, folks, like it's Elimination Chamber has got a lot. Like, I feel like I could talk about the women because the women, there's more women. Sol Ruka, Julia, Chelsea Green. I would probably put in there. What's her name? Jordan Grace, because I love Jordan Grace. Kaylani. Didn't Kaylani just get called up from NXT? Because if she got called up, Kaylani Jordan.
Was she the one like number 3 in the Royal Rumble?
Yeah, because that's Melo's girlfriend or fiance. That's Melo Hayes' girlfriend.
She was phenomenal in that Rumble, and she lasted too. So I think she's gonna have a run coming up.
I think Sol Ruka definitely is going to get a spot.
And she lasted too, giggity.
But see, folks, it's easy to put in the women, I think, because you could slot in so many different women. Alexa Bliss definitely is going to be slotted in there at some place. You're going to slot in Charlotte Flair, you know. And I think Charlotte's on the way out, personally speaking. I think she's taking more of a part-time schedule on purpose. She's 39 years old. And again, I'm only saying the ages, not as an insult to the actual talent. I think Charlotte said it in an interview where there's no age that the women want to age out at, but there is a point where their bump cards.
I mean, you know what? As far as that goes, I mean, it's not that they necessarily age out. Maybe they want to try and take a break. They want to kind of do some life things for a while. I mean, hell, we got both the Bellas back. AJ Lee came back.
See, wait, you talked about the Bellas. I didn't want either of them. Less than I wanted.
No, but I'm just using them.
In the rival company.
I'm not talking about storyline. I'm just using them as an example of people who we thought were done with the wrestling life. And now, you know, they've maintained the shape or got back in the shape and they've come back. So, I mean, you know, it doesn't necessarily mean that they age out. They can come back with the right circumstances.
Right.
Even Natty coming back. Even Natty coming back as a heel.
Natty. Let's go. I'm going to go down to the 4 you just said. We're going to start with Natty. Natty by far is outclasses all the people below that list that we just said. That woman is a pedigree, comes from a wrestling bloodline similar to the freaking Samoans, comes from the Hart dynasty. Let's not sleep that there are dynasties outside of the bloodlines. Like Cody's song says, there's more than one royal family in professional wrestling. And I mean, she's the top of it. She is a little bit older, but that girl's set up.
And she reinvented herself with Natty.
Exactly. The whole gimmick is amazing. I've read her autobiography. Amazing. Now, 2, you said AJ Lee. AJ Lee has been actively in the wrestling world as well as in the comic book world. She is a big comic book nerd. Read her autobiography as well. She is fantastic. Her husband is the heavyweight champion of the company. She's going to win the Intercontinental title. I'm going to leave it at that. 2 women that are, I think, very well in their levels of ability. But I think Natty's at the top of that. Natty's way better. Now, the second and third, or the second and fourth, which would be, or third and fourth, which is going to be Brie and Nikki Bella. Brie needed to keep her ass at home because she cannot wrestle and should have stayed with Birdie, and I forgot the other kid's name. No disrespect. Stay there. Your husband, Daniel Bryan, is the one that suffered neck injuries. You don't need both of y'all being injured to not have a good time with your kids. You're going to keep it like that. Nikki Bella, the only reason you came back, sadly, is because you got divorced and you needed the money. You can't wrestle. Stephanie Vaquer's match was all botches. all botches. That Stephanie Vaquer saved Nikki Bella from almost killing herself like 3 different times. She cannot wrestle, and you had no reason to be in a match with Vaquer. I'm glad she got squashed by Raquel Rodriguez. Now, granted, am I going to hate on my fellow Latina? No. But when you can't wrestle, you have no reason to be in the ring. Ava Mendez. Or Ava Marie.
Yeah.
Wah wah. You look pretty, but you can't wrestle. Stay the hell away from the ring. Why the hell are you in the ring? Nikki Bella. She can't wrestle. Stay out the ring.
What do you think of Zelina?
Oh, Zelina Vega. I think she is AJ Lee without the talent.
Ooh.
She's pretty.
Wow.
She's an anime nerd. She's a toy nerd just like us. But as much as, again, I support my fellow Boricua. I love you to death.
Mm-hmm.
But you're not Lola Vice. Lola Vice was an MMA fighter, a trained MMA fighter. Lola Vice needs to be getting a push.
Yes.
Sol Ruca, gymnast, trained like Tiffany Stratton, professional athlete that became a professional wrestler. Zelina Vega was a manager that became a wrestler, and not always do managers transition. Lita is the rare, and Trish were rare examples of that. Stacy Keibler didn't do it. Sable didn't do it.
Nope.
Miss Jackie didn't do it. Sunny didn't do it. Can I go on with all the other ones I can name? Because
Jackie did it a little bit. Jackie did
it because she went on the independents after that and became like she freaking worked out and got jacked.
What about Beth Phoenix?
Beth Phoenix, the Glamazon was the Glamazon. She was already a professional athlete that was a bodybuilder. China, we could say China was a valet that actually transitioned to become a heavyweight champion because they saw something in her. But would I say Stephanie McMahon is the greatest women's world champion? Hell no. That's an insult to everybody else.
Here I have one. How about Maxine?
No. Fitness model. Great physique. She's got the passion. She needs to go to NXT and learn. Send her to NXT for 3 years.
I think she's improved from where she started out in her first match to where she's at now. She's actually improved a lot, but from when she does her moves, they feel like they don't carry any power behind them.
Look at her size. It's like Zelina. When Zelina fought Rhea Ripley, come on, man. Come on. Right. The David versus Goliath, I like it. But then the realism sets in. How athletic are you that you cannot out-wrestle Rhea Ripley? Raquel Rodriguez, that girl is a hoss, and I love that she can fight. But she's not going to lose to Zelina Vega. Roxanne Perez is now, we could argue Roxanne Perez. Roxanne Perez is small. She's extremely young. But the girl got talent. And she's got a little bit of muscle mass on her. I think she can go. I think she's better than Liv Morgan, personally speaking.
I agree.
Liv's
hot take. Yeah, hot take. I think she's a better wrestler.
Oh, she's a way better wrestler than Liv Morgan. I feel if you had to rate the talent, Raquel, Roxanne, Liv. Because
you know who else I was impressed by at the Rumble? This is the first time I seen it, was Guida.
Oh, Julia?
Yeah.
Julia's fire. She's from Stardom. She's from Stardom. I mean, and for anybody that doesn't know, Stardom is like Japanese pro wrestling gods. The women that are over there, like there's that one lady right now, I forgot her name. She was the first Stardom female to ever wrestle at Wrestle Kingdom this year. Was the first time. And it was to unite the Stardom female title and the New Japan women's title, and she won. And it was close. Like she didn't win. Actually, the girl that won was the current Stardom champion.
Shiri, something like that.
Yeah, it was Shiri, and her entrance is fire. Like, I cannot lie. Like, if she came to WWE with that entrance, chef's kiss. But if you guys thought Bad Bunny's entrance was amazing, that's her entrance. Fireworks, pyro with the metal going in the background. It's amazing. But again, I need to see more, and we'll see over the coming weeks who's going to fill the Elimination Chamber. Let's go to the next one.
Hold on, before we leave and jump on to AAA, I just want to make a side tangent in regards. I wanted your opinion on this.
Okay, go ahead.
I was watching MLW, I was watching AEW, I was watching Ring of Honor, and then I watched WWE. And there's something in the presence of my eyes where I feel like I'm watching a 11th grader with his backpack walking in front of me. Because every time I look at that ring, all I see are Slim Jim, Ram, all these advertisements on the actual mat. And I used to think
the NASCAR of wrestling promotions.
Yes. Even the turnbuckles now have advertising. And in Riyadh, they even had the announce table had advertising on it.
Yep.
Slim Jim. They had the Slim Jim tables that they were breaking down on what was it at Saturday Night's Main Event. They had Slim Jim on the wood table.
Now they have two Slim Jim stickers.
Yep.
On it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm going to put my limited 2 cents into this. From a standpoint, from things that I've known through my lifetime, it's not a good sign. Okay, it's one thing if you want to maximize your profits. You know, there's collaborations you could do, there's promotions you can do, but when you have to start slapping your sponsors' names on your ring, on everything that's being done, and you know, you always have to have the prime, you know, facing at the camera. All that BS right there. It says to me, okay, this company is, to me, it sounds like they are, what's the word I'm looking for? Not siphoning, but the opposite of it, that they're leaking.
They're selling themselves.
Well, no, what I'm getting at is they're not making the profits that they once used to do. So they are having to resort to these kinds of things, which is sad because today on today or yesterday on social media, I saw an interview with Tony Khan. Apparently he's got this promotion with the NFL that's going to be starting later this month, where they have the lucha masks for each of the NFL sports teams.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be honest, I'm probably going to get one for the Buffalo Bills and the Eagles. Okay, but when I saw this, I'm like, okay, this is like, I don't get to watch AEW that often because, well, I don't have regular broadcast TV. Everything I do, I stream, and we know streaming can be expensive in a lot of situations. But regardless, the times I've seen AEW, I don't see them having to plaster every single little promotion, every little sponsor all over everything. The next thing you know, we're going to see sponsors slapped on the tights of the wrestlers.
Well, that's what real quick. That's what I thought Oba Femi was going to come out with. I saw those cinnamon donuts wrapped around his neck. I thought he was going to have a Dunkin' Donuts on his trunk.
Maybe it was going to be Cinnabons. We don't know.
So I'll give my 2 cents on this. I think because of TKO owning WWE, TNA, and in a part AAA, and the UFC, it's always common. We've always seen Monster on the mat. We've seen the guys that come out when they come out with their advertisements, the guys that sponsor them. I think it's kind of a common thing. And I think TKO as a brand kind of wants to carry that through to all the IPs that they have, especially the AAA. For anybody that doesn't watch CMLL, AAA, while the matches are going on in AAA, you can see that they advertise like Ovaltine and lawyers and doctors, and they'll put all that, and then even on the ring mats themselves. And now that WWE owns the IP and is having a lot of people down there, those advertisements are leaking down to there. So a lot of Mexican brands are getting on there as well as American brands, which I think is good and bad. I think for AAA it's good because it gets more eyes on the product. But I do agree that eventually it's like the logo feces. Do I really need to see, eventually am I going to see LA Knight come out with like a Pepsi logo on his tights and a Coca-Cola brand on his boots, and have a jacket and again, it's WWE Vince didn't like that because he felt that was showing a lack of money. Now, where you say AEW doesn't do it, they do. Only AEW doesn't do it on the ring. They do it on the sign, the boards around the ring. So if you watch AEW on the weekly basis through their Dynamite, Collision, or Ring of Honor, they'll have like DC, Warner Brothers around the ring.
No,
I'm saying it's not
I
as intrusive to
Exactly, and I'm trying to,
because when WWE does it, they have it on the mat. The announcers are talking about it. They have it on the
don't forget the prime table right next to the announce table is a prime table.
And remember, their kiosk on the ring apron actually changes because there's a digital marquee.
Yeah,
and the side posts also get it. So you get. Let's talk about Slim Jim, Papa John's. Everywhere it just becomes a whole huge.
But on the ring,
commercial.
to me, it looks bad. Now I could see. Now I could see when they moved Raw to Netflix. I could see Netflix having a logo on there. That would make sense.
Yeah.
You know, I could see that. That makes perfect sense. When they showcase Netflix actors who happen to have a show or a movie in the audience, that's atypical promotion they've been doing for the years.
And they do that when they're in sports towns.
Yeah.
They do that when they have a music video. So I agree with that.
WWE and its predecessor WWF, I mean, they were always into merchandising, whether it was toys, ice cream sandwiches, magazines. They always had that kind of stuff, but they didn't have to plaster it on the ring, you know. And
they would cut the commercial or
throw
a promo with Macho Man snapping into Slim Jim, which is
now it's LA Knight and Jey Uso.
Yeah.
But it's
which is cool too. I don't mind that.
Yeah, I love that.
No,
I
don't have to see the consumerism. Watching a match, you know.
Yeah, but it feels like I'm looking. It doesn't even look like a wrestling ring anymore. It looks like I'm watching I'm looking at a boxing match because they have that stuff plastered everywhere.
And again, with the reason I was the final, it kind of put the pin on my point. Tony Khan owns so many IPs outside of it. He owns the Jaguars. He owns the football league in the UK. This is a typical thing for him, and I think he kind of expected to keep it to just the signage, not the ring, because I think Cody's idea of the ring is sacred. Like the mat was sacred, the actual mat. It may change. Do I hope so? I hope it does. But I'm getting so much to the point where I'm desensitized to it. And it's sad because, again, like I was mentioning backstage before we started, I can't afford to go to shows anymore. Like my wife actually felt bad. I kind of wanted to go. We don't get WWE here often. Like they come through Charlotte once a year. And when they come through, it's so damn expensive that you don't want to. It's like I said, to take my teenage daughter and myself, we paid for 2 shirts, the meal, the parking, and the tickets almost $500. I'll be fair, $500.
Wow.
Peanut wants to go, so that's now 3 tickets, food, merch, parking. That would almost maybe be $600-700.
Hey, unless you have a green shirt with a smiley face on it, I don't know what you can afford.
But you can't go anymore. It's like I feel that they've outpriced me. When I used to go to wrestling shows, when I first met my wife, I could go on to wrestling. AEW always used to came to town. Tickets were $50.
Everything's being priced out, no matter what sport you're talking to. I mean, here in Buffalo, our Buffalo Bills, they get a brand new stadium, right? People had to put down between $5,000 to $10,000 just so they can have the chance to order season tickets. Not even to secure the season tickets, but to get the license for the opportunity to buy them now. So they're going to be insanely expensive. I mean, you get priced out no matter what sports you're trying to go to. Everything is expensive as hell. Music concerts. Everything is expensive as hell.
Yeah, we talked about doing that last year. Green Day.
So, wrestling being pricing people out.
Well, and everything. WrestleMania, what was it? My brother-in-law went to SummerSlam last year. Remember, Dave? I told you my brother-in-law went to SummerSlam night 2, and It was for him and my nephew, my cousin, and their friend to go. 4 people. Was $800 in the nosebleed of nosebleed seats.
Oh wow!
And then merchandise on top of that.
And then they bought a T-shirt each, $40. Then they had a hot dog, a hamburger.
$40 T-shirt don't sound too bad though.
Well, that's
you're giving me Yankee vibes again. Oh,
bro, that's what I remember. My mom, may she rest in peace. Before she passed, my aunt and my uncle, my godparents, they took her to a game, and I was like, I didn't live in New York at the time. I was here in North Carolina, and they took my mom. They let my mom go up there for the trip, and they got me at the inaugural when they opened the new stadium for the Yankees. I wanted a hat and a jacket. I still have them. And that was like, my aunt told me how much it was. The price tags were still on it. I was like, holy shit. Like the hat was $75. The jacket was $200. And that's just,
I believe it.
Lukewarm basic merch. That wasn't getting like a jersey, wasn't getting anything. I was like, we've gone here. Like Carolina Panthers jerseys, you go to Dick's, you go to, well, we don't have like any other sporting goods stores here, but you'd either go to like Dick's or order it on Fanatics online, and then you're going to pay whatever it is. Like even my daughter's F1 jersey, she likes F1. I don't consider that a real sport, but it's a sport. Fucking $70 for a jersey for a teenager, $70. Like it's a lot. So it definitely is there. But let's go back let's cover AAA because AEW this is only one match I cared about, which was Dominic Mysterio versus El Hijo de Vikingo, Omos at ringside. Omos is, I don't know the other matches that are going on right now, and the actual show started about 30 minutes ago. WWE, Corey Graves does the commentary. Undertaker, I think, had books, which I think is an insult to Conan, because I'd rather have
really. Wow.
Yeah, they admitted it on Cody Rhodes' recent podcast. Jey Uso said that Undertaker is the head writer for AAA.
Really?
Conan's a consultant, which is a huge insult to Conan.
Only a consultant?
He does commentary, and he's a consultant, even though he was the head of the promotion for the last 5 years.
Head booker and everything. Wow.
Head booker and everything. He kicked out Vampiro. That's how serious that shit was. Just so anybody that's a AAA fan, I've been a AAA fan for years. This match, I don't want Dominic to lose. I don't like El Hijo de Vikingo. I think he kind of played himself out by going on the indies too much. He's great to live. He's amazing to watch. The spectacle of that 450s plancha that he does off the top rope, amazing. But I think he's played out, especially after he beat Alberto Del Rio or Alberto El Patron when he shouldn't have beaten him. And I think Dominic is so over. Let him be the champion. And I think you should let him be the head of that promotion and be there. Omos, I think, is interesting because he represents a different, I feel, too much of an American vibe. Kind of like how in Japan, I don't like seeing too many Americans wrestle, but it's the case of New Japan and All Japan and everything else. I don't know what you guys think. I love his name, El Sucio de los Sucios, because Dominic is just Dirty Dom.
Dirty Dom, yeah.
But what do you guys think about Dom? Should he drop the belt to Vikingo? Should Omos be a factor in this? Who do you think would come out and possibly defend? I mean, because JBL's on commentary with Corey Graves, just to let you all know. So JBL and Corey Graves do commentary with Conan.
Well, JBL, that's not saying much.
JBL's not bad. He's not
good.
He's not good, but he's not bad. I liked him on color commentary when he was on SmackDown. So what do you guys think? AAA's not really well watched. It's only on YouTube.
Yeah, I don't have
a dog in the race.
Yeah, I don't watch AAA, and I seen that it was purchased by WWE, and I do like Rey Mysterio's gimmick, Sucio de los Sucios. You know, if you want heat, he has it, man. He's
Dom's got it
yeah,
all day.
So, and I seen Hijo del Vikingo against Gran Americano, and I think some matches that he did with early on with Dominic, and he's talented as well. I don't see him at this point having that push. I think Dominic is the one who has the push.
Oh yeah, WWE. It helps that he comes from a pedigree of his dad.
Yeah, so,
you know, Ray.
Eddie Guerrero.
Yeah,
Tony beat me to it. Tony beat me to it.
Tony said it. I'm not. We could argue that, but like
Dominic Mysterio. The funny thing is, you look at Dominic Mysterio as a child, and you look when Ray had his mask taken off
Mysterio?
in WCW.
Just
what
saying.
is it?
No, just saying, Eddie Mysterio.
Mysterio.
What's Dominic's middle name? Is it Eddie? Is it Eduardo? I mean, just saying.
Just saying. While Tony's going on, Tony, keep going.
But when Mysterio was young, and he looks just like a young Dominic Mysterio.
He does.
So I don't have 100% doubt that, regardless of the height difference, which is phenomenal.
I mean, the height can come from the mom. You know, for all we know. The hair.
Oscar.
Yeah. Well, if you want to live the gimmick, you know, you do.
Wait. So his name is actually Dom. Dominic Oscar Mysterio. So he's Dom. No. Any way you slice it, he's Dom.
He's Dom. Well, no, he's using his kayfabe name. I mean, most guys do. Like, I think LA Knight's real name was Eli, and that's why they go, because he used to be Eli Drake.
Yes.
He was in
TNA,
and NWA. So
yeah, WWE doesn't always mess up everybody's good name.
Yeah, they're being very generous. So I think there is a sense of realism with him. I think that he's super over, even though he doesn't want to be over. People were cheering for him on Raw this past week, and he's trying not to get.
Right, he's to be a heel.
Yeah, he's trying to elicit the boos, but I think you have to do the Dolph Ziggler. When you're a heel and you're still loved, just roll with it. Like, be the heel that people love. Like Stone Cold, people booed and cheered Stone Cold. They booed and cheered Eddie when he was a heel. They booed and cheered when Shawn Michaels went heel. You know, I think at this point,
which time?
In his later runs, he was DX. You know, in the later, before he retired, you know, he's still a good guy.
And since Dominic came back from injury, legit injury, I think he's not gonna drop the belt. They would have stripped him while he was injured if they really didn't.
100%.
You're right.
100%.
He's going over. I would say, not even knowing, but just what I've seen him do on Raw. He cheats to win, man. I gotta admit,
he lies, he cheats, he steals, just like his daddy.
He's easy to hate, but you still love his work ethic. He is a workhorse.
That's what I'm saying. He's a workhorse. I think he's gonna be good. Dave, what you got on this?
My thing is always seeing him touting the belts. I'm just kind of like I'm kind of over that. I would like to see him, lose, drop the belts, but as long as it goes to a good storyline and it goes to someone who is going to carry that along. Don't just like drop it to the first person where the opportunity is. You know, as long as it does, just like with anything we talk about, when it's movies or TV shows, if it helps the plot, if it serves a proper purpose to just raise the story higher, then yeah, I definitely want him to lose the belts, because it's just kind of like, it's kind of just, I don't know what's the right wording I'm looking for. I'm over his attitude of always kind of like always winning. I just kind of want him to just lose. You know, it adds a little bit more realism, more reality, more I don't want to say humanity, but more.
Well, it builds character to the story. Yeah. Like you're saying, it builds. It's like WWE. I mean, it builds the whole Sami Zayn losing for next year to get the big win.
I mean, he's a double championship, but what's even better than a double championship? The champion who loses everything, but then he has to work his way back, struggle and fight back.
But that's the face
just me.
storyline, not a heel storyline. So the heel, if a heel,
And hey, Maria,
if a heel,
well, the garbage storyline was when he dropped the belt to Cena, and then for Cena just to get that accolade, and then
we all
giving
knew
it
that
back
was
to
Dominic.
Dominic.
I knew it was going to be Dominic getting it back.
But what's more disappointing than anything is that this image on screen doesn't have his recent beautiful neck tattoo.
Facts.
Kind of
He
disappointing.
has got some awesome Lucha Libre style tattoos. Folks, again, Google it. We'll probably talk about it next show. But I want to get off AAA to cover this big one because Tony mentioned it, and I think we need to touch on it. Dave, hit that slide. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Grand Slam Australia. I cared nothing about the other two matches that they mentioned, which was the Orange Cassidy and the Conglomeration versus the Death Riders for a hair versus hair match. Could care less about that. Tony Storm versus Marina Shafir, hair versus hair match. Cared less about that. These are the three matches that made a difference to me because they're all wrestlers I like.
Yes. Talented, too.
Talented. Let's start with the Moxley Takeshita. Moxley, weirdly enough, has become a face after the tournament, the Continental Championship tournament that he just did. And Takeshita, after just dropping the IWGP heavyweight title to Yuji Nagata, which was Yuji's amazing. I cannot wait to see him and what he's doing in New Japan because he is New Japan a la New Japan. Like he wanted the belt to be there. He felt Gaijin champions ruined it. Very interesting, very pro-Japan, pro-Japanese pro wrestler. Very different than Tanahashi and his predecessors. But Takeshita very much speaks very good English, extremely talented, trained under Takeshita. Takeshita trained under Okada, trained with Nakamura. Nakamura and him are friends here in the States. They train together. This is a young boy that's become a lion. And I think Moxley, Moxley's become kind of like the I'm trying to think who I'd equate him to in WWE. He feels like that reliable wrestler. Like he reminds me of the Bret Hart. Bret Hart was that reliable guy I could put a belt on. He'll get a match out of you. He'll help you tell the story. Moxley will do that with Takeshita. Do I think Takeshita should leave AEW and go to WWE? Hell yes, he's being wasted. But get the matches, get as much experience as you can with Mox. What do you think? That's either one of you can go. Hit the floor.
Tony.
Well, Moxley was defeated by Takeshita.
Yes, he was.
The Continental Classic, which was a great match.
Oh, it was. Hell of a match.
Okada and Takeshita still have unfinished business.
We need that match.
That'd be a phenomenal match.
The Dave Meltzer 5-star.
Moxley's the champ now. Moxley's the champ right now, and I never see this guy not looking good with gold around on his shoulder, around his waist.
Sure.
He is a 100% company man. This guy gives his body, his soul, his blood, and his tears for any organizations that he's in, from garbage wrestling like CCW all the way up to WWE with the Shield, and now as one of the faces of AEW.
He's
older. He's older, but he still has, I think, quite a few years left.
That bump card of his got. Yeah, his bump card's got a lot left on it.
Yeah.
So you think Takeshita goes over and takes the belt? So we're gonna get that rivalry of Okada and Takeshita, or do we leave it on Moxley?
I think what the push has been seeming to me, where they're talking about Moxley seems to like he wants retribution for that loss. So I think there might be a possibility Moxley may go over, and we can still see maybe Takeshita versus Okada for the. What's the Okada has which belt?
He had the belt that they unified, the Intercontinental belt.
Yeah,
so that was like the weird belt that was like the TV belt and like the Intercontinental they merged.
Right.
And that's what Okada has.
That you will still wrestle to win it again.
Yeah, like eventually, Eddie Kingston never got a chance to win that belt back,
Right.
but we're not going to go there on that because
But-
AEW does not know how to write a show. But I'll leave that.
Takeshita to me is outstanding, man. This guy has the presence, the look, the height, the skill
He's
set.
amazing.
I mean, I'm surprised that he still doesn't have a Jazzware action figure because I would have brought it up just like I brought up.
Can we
Okada's.
say I've been looking for one because I heard that they made one. I think in the most recent wave they made one. I just can't find.
I know Okada came out with one. I didn't see anything.
I have his.
Okay, yeah, definitely gotta get that.
If I find Takeshita, I'll send you. I'll text you.
I think they were on with something with him and the Protostar.
Kyle Fletcher, yes.
Yeah, Kyle Fletcher, but that kind of fell apart, so I don't see where that'll go. But there's a lot.
Fletcher's weird now because we got Tommaso Ciampa, which I was gonna say we got a WWE guy that's now the TNT champion, beat Mark Briscoe, and now Fletcher's looking to go after Ciampa.
That's where they branched off because they seem like they're going to be a tag team, but now that Ciampa is the champion. And I think that was a phenomenal match between Briscoe and Ciampa. And I'm not surprised that Mark would do that, drop the belt.
Well, Mark dropped it because I think Mark's looking to just be an ambassador at this point. Jay was, may he rest in peace, Jay Briscoe was, I met Jay Briscoe in person here in Charlotte several times. I got to take pictures with them. I met them when they fought the Bullet Club. Jay Briscoe was a hell of a talent, a great guy. Now, his personal feelings aside about what he felt about people in different communities, that's fine. But Mark was the comedic sidekick to that. To give him the push to win the ROH title he got, I think it was great. But I think the fact that he dropped that belt to Ciampa was a nice way of saying, welcome to the company. I'm going to pass this off to you. Because I think they need to let him get his stuff in because WWE didn't let it happen.
And that's my feelings exactly. How WWE dropped the ball with Karrion Kross, how they dropped the ball with Ciampa, MLW and AEW have righted their wrongs from their historic and legendary. Man, these guys are vets, man. From Kross to Ciampa putting in and not getting the accolades that they deserved, and now to having a different promotion and getting it like off the back, man. I'm really proud of Ciampa. The promo he cut was wonderful. And,
hell yeah!
And he's a fierce, heel. But when he's on his good side, you can see that he's a legit, honorable person. But what we got on the screen right now, I'm going with Moxley.
Okay, so Moxley
retaining the belt.
I'm gonna go with Takeshita going over. That's my view. So Dave, I know you don't watch a lot of AEW, but from what we've said. And what you think about what you know about Moxley, you did watch WWE. What do you think?
Yes. I mean, as far as not having a horse in this race, because I'm not all that up on AEW, I agree with what you said about Moxley. He's that brawler. I mean, he was a brawler when he was in WWE. But also, I mean, you can have a brawler, but I mean, sometimes the best brawlers are to set up the next best champs. So I'm going to lean towards the what was his name? Takeshita. So I'm going to lean for him on that one.
Oh wow, okay. Hey, I'm with it. I like Takeshita. Konosuke is.
But I gotta admit, Moxley has also included mixed martial arts.
Yes, he has. He has that. He definitely stepped up his repertoire.
Yeah.
So okay. Now we're not going to go to the main event yet because I think these are the triple. This is like a triple main event show. Great, and now obviously I have to talk about the elephant in the room with Andrade and Hangman Adam Page. For those of you that don't know, if you are fans of New Japan Pro Wrestling and Ring of Honor, back when it was Ring of Honor by itself, Hangman Adam Page was in the Bullet Club with a former Bullet Club member who is now kind of blown up on the independent scene in Marty Scurll. Marty Scurll, who was the villain, I have my several villain t-shirts. When they had the Me Too movement coming out, there were some things that came out about Marty. And Marty kind of got ousted out by the big companies. WWE wanted him, they wouldn't touch him. AEW wanted him, they won't touch him. So Paige has a picture that has surfaced online recently of him hanging out with Marty Scurll. And it's kind of, everybody's kind of feeling that Hangman's maybe kind of gotten himself into some trouble. Regardless of if that is the case, Andrade has been putting on banger after banger match in AEW and in CMLL. And that match he had with Kenny Omega this week, woo! Mind you, the cheating at the end of it was ruined it for me, but the fact that it's him against Paige, the former champ, I'm going to go for Andrade. I think Andrade, and I'm going to say this honestly, I think Andrade takes it, not just because of the work ethic. I think he takes it because Hangman's got in trouble. That's my hot take. What do you think?
Right. I think the Don Callis family, man, they've gotten some banger after banger wrestler to join the crew. Andrade just going over. Well, this is situations behind the scenes with Kenny Omega that he has dual dual bookings. He's gonna be in a video game tournament in Japan and making it a little difficult to get to Grand Slam. Or something like that. I'm not sure if it's the same I'm talking about.
I'll interrupt.
No, that's Revolution. I'm sorry, that's Revolution.
Yeah, I was going to say it's Revolution.
Right. The fact that
it was a Street Fighter 6 tournament because he's Alex. Because he is actually, for anybody that didn't know, they took his likeness, the one-winged angel, which is his finisher for Kenny Omega, and Alex does that in the video game as his super. So in Street Fighter 6,
Kenny Omega did the stop motion in he
did all the motion caps. So that's why he's entering the tournament in Japan for that. So
partly to resolve that whole issue, that if he would have gone to Revolution as a major part of it, it kind of like squashes that. Mm-hmm. So, and he did put, like you say, he did put on a phenomenal match with Andrade, and Andrade since he came. Right, that's what I'm saying. That's Kenny Omega versus, but Andrade, Don Callis family has the push, is in incredible shape, is actually one of those heels that still is chanted his name by the audience. You know, Hangman, I think, and you see Swerve is not up here. I think Hangman and Swerve could have been either one facing Andrade. But
I would like Swerve.
Yeah, I would have chosen Swerve over Hangman. But Hangman still is, like, I don't know if it has to do a part of it with what you're saying, but he is part of, the face of AEW.
He is, and he was the workhorse champion. I mean, he had some banger matches with Moxley, AEW All In Texas, winning the belt in the main event, in a cowboy winning the belt in Texas. Mm-hmm.
But with all that being said, that he is the face, Andrade has come in with so much momentum.
And he needs it. He needs it because of the whole Charlotte Flair divorce.
Right.
He needs a win.
So he does.
He's been getting digits ringside, So
I'm saying he is. Listen, Andrade has got.
It's the hair. Let's be honest. It's always the hair.
His English isn't all that great. Which again, I say this as a wrestling fan. Somebody I'm gonna take a side quest for a second. There was a guy posted that how many people in wrestling don't have to speak the language of the wrestler, but when you let them cut a promo in that language, you understand. My wife would be proud of me to say this. You understand the context clues of what they're saying. How many times do we have a guy that'll, like Asuka, will cut her promo?
Oh yeah.
And I speak fluent Japanese, so I get it. I'm fine with that.
I say Asuka, don't even make her speak the fake English that they force her to speak.
I know.
Just let her do the Japanese promo. It's powerful. He gets a point across.
But Shinsuke, when they started letting him do his promos in Japanese and then they put subtitles.
Yeah.
It works.
They make it so somehow W still has that old classic Japanese, like, they're not our thing. They're not for our demographic, So they still are that comedic aspect to it, which is like I could take it or leave it. But Andrade here, he's coming off of New Japan Pro Wrestling, leaving WWE.
Yeah, he
If
won
anything,
at Wrestle Kingdom. His team won the embassy. He was
yeah,
part of the United Embassy. They
right.
won.
So and also the fact that we could look at what happened with Ciampa as well. So if this is any context clues, I'm thinking Andrade is also going to win over
2
him.
former NXT champions taking titles. I could definitely see that. Dave, what do you think?
This middle one, I'm glad he's in the picture.
I'm gonna go for Hangman. Hangman. That's my vote.
Really?
Yes.
Going for Hangman. Okay. I'm impressed with that one. I feel like Andrade has got and maybe the 2 Latinos in the room we're pressing for our boy to win, but I think he's got the momentum more than Hangman. Hangman's got a little bit of a negativism with him, and then the fact that he won, that they threw him to throw into Jet. What do they call them? The
Trios champion.
The Trios
champion. Jet Set
Rodeo, which is, oh Lord, because they're all gamer nerds like us. But interesting.
I like that team, man. That's a great team. But the real reason why they became champions is because Powerhouse House was leaving anyway.
Yeah, Mr. Royce Keys, Powerhouse, has joined us over on the greener side of the grass. Now,
supposed greener side.
Well, yeah. Again, interpretations to any of the wrestling fans in the universe out there. I mean, I love WWE, AEW. I love professional wrestling, so I'll watch it, whatever it is. This story, obviously, with Brody King, I'm gonna go a little political for 2 seconds. If you watched Dynamite this week for the Eliminator match, by far one of the most, it gives me the hairs on my arms are standing up when Brody King, for anybody that doesn't know, is a huge proponent against ice. And he had a T-shirt that said "fuck ice" and
ice chips or ice cubes. I'm asking.
You know what I'm talking about? Exactly, ice cream. You scream. They all were chanting, and they said MJF actually came out recently in an interview. I think it was the next day. He says it takes a lot for the heel to break character middle of the main event match for them to go and just like look at the arena and not have the crowd get bleeped. Because they're on TBS. And they didn't get bleeped. And they stream it on HBO Max. And that was huge. Brody King, former Ring of Honor World Champion, former multi-time tag champion. The guy has got the push. Do I think he's going to beat MJF? No. Would I like him to beat MJF? Yes. I would be very surprised if they gave him the belt overseas instead of here in the States. It feels more relevant to give Brody King that belt here than it would be in Australia, where there's no such thing as ice. But again, that's my hot take on this. Obviously, my pick for this will be MJF going over for obvious reasons. They're going to want to push MJF, who just actually slaughtered on Twitter Andrade when he says, "You really don't want to be talking about wives. How's your divorce?" I'll leave it. I'll leave it at that. I'll leave it at that for me. Tony, then Dave. What are you thinking?
Man, MJF comes back, defeats four-way with Samoa Joe, Swerve, and then
MJF and Hangman.
Hangman, just coming back. He gets it. This guy, he's Tony Khan's boy. I have to admit, 100%. This guy has the mic. Oh man, we're talking about CM Punk having some mic skills. This guy does it in reverse because he knows how to mark out everybody.
Oh, he does. But he's not a mark himself. That's what even makes it better.
I seen guys like him. This is MJF. I seen like, I'm from New York. He says, I seen guys like you all the time, and they don't scare me. You know who they are? They're the homeless.
He's got that Ric Flair charisma, and he's got like that asshole persona of like a Vince McMahon heel villain. You hate him, but he's over as a villain, as a heel, and it works.
Right. So, with all that being said, Brody King, man, I love this dude. This guy needs gold. He had gold with Brodito. He's a beast of a man.
Mm-hmm.
In a real like unscripted thing, I think he dogged the crap out of MJF.
Dog walk him, yeah.
Yeah, this is not what the reality we're going with. And what you said makes sense to me in regards to not dropping the belt in Australia to Brody. I'm going MJF with the win with, of course, some not kind tactics where Brody King is unfortunately injured. Yeah.
Are we talking one of these? Yeah.
Yeah, something similar to that, or the ring, something.
Oh well, no, he lost the ring to Brodito, to Bandito.
Yeah, but he still has rings.
That's true. That's right. He has like 4 more.
Yeah.
So
he's won all of them until Brodito won.
All right, now Dave, I know you probably don't know either of these guys. MJF maybe a little bit more because
I do know of MJF.
Well, yeah, because he's a
culture
icon. But Brody,
I mean, anyone who doesn't, even if people didn't know wrestling, they would probably recognize him from Happy Gilmore Part 2. But he was one of the sons of Happy Gilmore, but I do know of him from wrestling. Now, coincidentally, I just saw something on social media where he came across another villain of the wrestling world, Seth friggin' Rollins. So it's kind of like, these are kindred spirits. So, and I'm going to say this, I'm going to go with MJF.
Nice. I mean, let's be surprised on Wednesday.
I mean, sometimes you got to go. Pardon my use of language. Sometimes you got to go with the asshole.
Oh, sorry, I'm wrong. It's on Saturday, and you're right. You do have to go with the asshole. But he's our asshole. That's what they said. Like, it was a gimmick when he was actually face. People are like,
"Whoa, hold on a second. I thought Christian Cage was our asshole."
Well, he's our asshole now.
Whoa.
Because let's also mention this. We know next week or this coming Wednesday they're going to be in Toronto. We know that there's a tag team eliminator #1 contenders match. I mean, there's 2 guys. I know one thing just finished wrapping up for him, which was Percy Jackson. And the other guys has kind of been sitting on the side. I mean, could we see, for those with the benefits of flash photography, do we see ENC come back for getting that final run? I mean, this is Edge's last year. He said he wants to finish out the year. He retires at Wrestle Dream in November. That's his last match. Can we see them come back?
Possibly.
I'm gonna have to wait and see on Wednesday, but I'm interested.
They do need revenge because what happened to Beth Phoenix and all the other stuff.
Oh God, yeah, she got mollywopped by FTR.
But do you see Brody King as a long-term singles competitor, or more so that he's more of a tag partner?
I see him being a singles wrestler now because of and it must sound really bad. I look at Brody King, how we did why can't is his name suddenly just the Maharaja? What was his name in WWE? The Maharaja beat Randy Orton for the title.
Not sure.
His name. Why is it? God, I know one of my friends loved him to death as a wrestler. If you guys know who I'm talking about, it's like his name just totally like flew out of my brain. He won because WWE was going to India to try to boost up television ratings because they just had gotten television on Indian television, and they put him.
Oh, okay.
They put him as the champion. Then it was a political move in that sense. Right now, with the current political climate, and that's his platform that he stands on. He's heavily tattooed. He's a rock star. He actually is in a metal band.
Yeah, they actually showed his video.
Yeah, he's a comic book artist. He's a comic book nerd, toy collector.
Was that Jinder Mahal? Is that the one?
Jinder Mahal. Thank you. That's what I was talking about. So Jinder Mahal, who's now wrestling in Maple Leaf Professional Wrestling and in India under the new wrestling promotion out in India, you have Brody King. I think Brody King could be that guy, but it's only going to be because of the current climate, the current political climate. Could that change? Maybe, but I think Brody King he's a big dude that AEW does not know how to push. Wardlow, Samoa Joe, Powerhouse Hobbs, they don't know how to push big men. Lance Hoyt, Lance Archer, they don't push big men. Okada, Eddie Kingston, big guys don't get pushes like that. So I don't see him getting that kind of push unless AEW lets Dustin Rhodes, Billy Gunn, any of the other guys that he has in the back right for him. That's my take. At least I believe that. I would love to see it be different because I think we need a different person. But MJF right now, that guy's money. You put a mic on him. Swerve is another one. Swerve was the first black AEW champion. I'd love to see Swerve, but his mic skills suck. He sounds like he talks with marbles in his mouth. But does his ring gear look fire? Hell yeah. Panther and Static Shock, freaking Black Panther, Killmonger.
Yeah, but
who's house?
Yeah, who's
Dre?
house?
Yeah,
That's
but Dre, you could have that kid who their dad and mom buys them all the best clothes, but then they still talk and walk like an idiot when they're in school.
Well,
think about how many people Paul Heyman they had to put with Paul Heyman. One was Brock Lesnar, of course.
Well, yeah, you had Brock Lesnar, CM Punk,
Rock.
What was it?
Well, CM Punk had mic skills, but he was a Paul Heyman guy.
But you made him a Heyman guy. You had Cesaro, another Heyman guy. You have who's now killing it.
Oh, God, I forgot about Cesaro. Jesus.
But no mic skills either.
But no mic skill. Braun Breaker, no mic skill. No mic skill. Austin Theory, no mic skill, but he's a Heyman guy.
Hey.
You know?
Yeah, but I mean,
and don't forget another person who has no mic skills and somehow took some acting classes and has gotten a little bit better on the mic. Roman Reigns.
I was about to say Roman Reigns. Oh, good kid. You finally learned how to cut a promo. It only took you 5 years. That's my favorite Cena promo. My favorite was when he clowned Solo Sikoa when he said, "I can do this with a hoarse voice better than you can. I'll see you at the show, kid," and then just throws the mic down. Like, again, guys like that you're not going to see. And I think that's an art form that, like, Daniel Bryan. The Bucks are actually pretty decent on the mic. You know, Rey Mysterio, when you let him cut a promo, he cuts a promo. Is it great? No. But he knows how to cut one. Dom is thin. I mean, Ludwig, as Grande Americano, kills it on the promos in Spanish. Let him speak Spanish. He's money. Gunther, Ilya Dragunov, Carmelo Hayes, I Am Him, Trick Williams, whoop that trick. There's guys that just have it. Hangman can cut an impassioned promo. Like when he spoke in Spanish when they were in Mexico.
Oh, yeah, that was fire.
He said, you know, pardon my Spanish, it's not that good. Dude, that warmed my heart.
And then he started talking Spanish, and it sounded better than most people in my
name. Facts. And then look at Kenny Omega. Omega is amazing, but that bump card is Ospreay. Love Will Ospreay. Love me the aerial assassin. Dude talks with too much of a Cockney accent, and I can't barely understand. Bruv, I get you, bruv. Bruv. Cockney. I'm like, I can't understand half the shit that comes out of his mouth. But I love watching him fight. The dude can wrestle. You know? It's like Chris Statlander. Amazing to watch wrestle. Sucks when it comes on the mic. Toni Storm. That girl can cut a promo and can wrestle.
Oh my God.
Her promos are what saves AEW and a lot of times for me. Mina Shirakawa. Girl can't speak a lot of English, but do I care? I'm not watching her for her promo. But the timeless love bombs. You took Two people that can do things separately and made it work. Peanut butter and jelly.
Babes of Wrath can't cut a promo either, but they're still amazing.
No, Willow can cut a promo.
Most okay.
Willow can cut a promo.
Part.
The other girl, Danny XO, or what's her name?
You know who actually? I actually enjoyed Tekla's promos.
Tekla's a heel. That's why I like Tekla. Tekla, it also came from Stardom, so she had to cut a heel. And it's funny because when you hear her talk, she has like that like Luna Vachon kind of gravel, but she's
she has that European accent, yeah.
And she's a prettier. If I had to compare, she's a prettier version of Luna Vachon.
Oh yeah, she's gorgeous.
Like so, Dave, if you ever want to watch AEW, we're giving you some of the highlight people to look at.
But if you think about it, when Jade Cargill, and I still don't know how her promos are in WWE, but
when she gets on television to wrestle.
when she spoke on the mic, I didn't care, but she has the physique, she has the presence, and she has the skills, which have just been honed more so since she joined WWE. But I'm sure her mic skills aren't that great anymore. I mean, aren't that great at all. You know, maybe a little improved, but she never really had that talent for being on mic. I don't feel. But her presence and her look and her just an overall
Jade
aura.
Cargill when Jade Cargill said something. My wife just found a ladybug in the house and like it tried to like attack her on the door. It was hilarious just to watch. I'm sorry. The Jade Cargill cut a promo this week on Liv. If you guys didn't watch it, and she gets all up in Liv's face and she's like, "Liv, girl, if you come get me, I'm gonna whoop that ass at WrestleMania." And then she's like, "Bitch, who are you looking at?" To Raquel. I was like, why? Like, you don't show up on TV to wrestle. You do photo shoots. I said it to my brother-in-law. I said, if you needed to have Storm be a real life person, that's Jade Cargill. The physique, the body, everything. It's Storm.
Yeah, she's beautiful. But
she can't cut a promo and she can't fucking wrestle. She's Ahmed Johnson in a woman's body.
Damn.
In regards to not wrestling, I don't agree with 100% with that.
Bro. She beat Tiffany Stratton, and Tiffany Stratton's a way better wrestler than her. Hands down.
She is a better wrestler, but I'm not saying that Jay can't. She has some really nice power moves.
Okay, she could do a power bomb,
and
that savant kick, that the axe kick. She does really well.
I don't mind her being my champ at all.
Again, but it's eye candy versus which eye candy do you want?
Well, Tiffany Stratton to me is eye candy as well.
But that's what I'm saying. But which eye candy do you want? Do you want the eye candy that can wrestle, or the eye candy that
eye candy versus execution?
Would I rather have Bret Hart or Shawn Michaels?
Prime.
Bret Hart, both can wrestle.
Bret Hart prime.
But Bret Hart in his prime is by far the better wrestler. Who would I rather have? Raquel Rodriguez or Chyna? Chyna in her prime.
Raquel.
Chyna in her prime.
Chyna in her
prime was better than is. I think Chyna in her prime is where Rhea Ripley is now. Where Raquel is trying to get to.
Rhea Ripley has far exceeded Chyna and anything Chyna had done.
I mean, Chyna was more brute force.
But so was Rhea Ripley. That headbutt, that
but Chyna was also something you didn't see before.
Rhea's got a bit more. Go ahead.
A Jeff Jarrett Chyna match, something unseen before.
The Jericho, Eddie Guerrero Chyna match. I think Jericho really brought it out of her personally, more than anything than Jeff Jarrett did. And I'm not going to sleep on Jeff Jarrett saying he's a bad wrestler. He's a great wrestler. But I think that the Chyna Jericho match for the Intercontinental title, that was Jordan Grace versus, Tessa Blanchard. No, I'm not going to count Tessa Blanchard. Jordan Grace versus Cage for the TNA title. When she was the first woman, because they don't count Tessa Blanchard because of all the racist comments and sexist comments she made. If you count Jordan Grace beating somebody that is a huge man in Cage, I think Jordan Grace can do it too. But she's cute. But again, if you look at Tiffany Stratton, she's only 24 years old. Jordan Grace is like in her early 30s. Deonna Purrazzo is a better wrestler than everybody we're talking about. Thunder Rosa, another great female wrestler.
She's supposed to be coming back soon. Hopefully.
Well, but then she got divorced recently or separated from her partner, she said on social media. And like Thunder Rosa's like, Britt Baker. Okay, who would you rather watch? Thunder Rosa or Britt Baker? That's a fair.
Actually.
Thunder Rosa's, I think, a way better talent. But if I wanted eye candy, I'm going to look at Britt Baker. Because the doctor will see you now. I mean, they're not both, not saying either woman's not attractive, but, again, it's where do you have to put them in that category of like, who do you see? Like Obafemi? Do you want Obafemi as a champion? Like you said earlier, Obafemi is specimen. Great guy to watch wrestle. But do I want him or Braun Breaker? Who's been putting in more work?
Braun Breaker.
Braun Breaker. But Breaker deserves the shot, right? I would put Breaker to be
so
champion.
Oh yeah, speaking of which, we never jump into that. Who you think came out and curb stomped Braun Breaker?
Oh, we all know it was Seth. Or it's Austin Theory.
I think it's Austin Theory. Yeah.
It was Austin Theory.
Working.
That's what's all over social media right now.
Yeah, because if you look at the goatee that came through, it's Theory's goatee. And that's kind of the setup for why I said it's going to be Theory, Seth, and Montez Ford versus Bronson, Logan Paul, and Breaker.
Now I want to say something about Oba. Do you think that he's just going to be like his gimmick is going to start to wear thin after a while?
Yes,
like maybe
100%.
I'd say maybe 8 months at least.
Give it a year.
I think this is the earliest.
Give it a year. I think you need to give. See, the problem with Oba is you got to do like Drew McIntyre, a believable fight. Like we were saying, a believable fight with Sami Zayn and Drew McIntyre. It wasn't. Drew McIntyre outweighs him, outclasses him, outmuscles him. Roman Reigns against Drew McIntyre. That's a believable fight. Both men is a 20-pound weight difference. They're both equally strong. It's a different level. When you look at Obafemi, you need to give Royce Keys, Jeff Cobb, God, how many guys in WWE?
Brock Lesnar,
Braun Breaker,
Trick Williams,
Bronson Reed, Trick Williams. There's not many big guys,
or anybody in the MLW.
Pretty much, yeah. Anybody, or actually, NXT's got a lot of big guys now. You got a lot of tall guys coming out of there that are like big dudes that are like, I'm like, okay, maybe, but they're getting a lot like Joe Hendry. Oh wait, I forgot to say that. Congrats to Joe Hendry.
Two Scottish champions right now.
Yeah, he is officially the NXT heavyweight champion, beating Ricky Saint, sorry, which he deserves it. He needed to be NXT champion, but I don't know how long that's going to last, but we'll see.
I mean, talk about gimmicks. I mean, let's be honest. Joe Hendry he's more of a gimmick person. I mean, not to say that he's a bad wrestler, but I mean, he's mostly known because of his gimmick. Let's be honest.
Oh no, say his name and he appears. I mean, come on. I believe in Joe Hendry. I mean,
it happens.
It is the gimmick of gimmicks. I think when you look at it that way, but I mean, right now NXT's on fire. I think every wrestling promotion except for New Japan right now. New Japan has cooled off a lot since Wrestle Kingdom with Tanahashi's retirement and Naito leaving the company, Bushi leaving the company. Basically, all of Los Ingobernables have left the company except for Shingo, because I think Shingo Takagi is actually injured right now. And he was a former IWGP heavyweight champion. You have a lot of guys that are on the injured list. Lots of guys are leaving. David Finlay from the War Dogs. Who was the other guy that was in there? The guy with the B. We did say your name, Joe. We love you, Joe. We know you're looking at us. oh God, why can't I remember his name? There was that young dude, the one that doesn't speak a lot of really good Japanese, but he bullet something. Oh man, it wasn't. Fuck, I can't remember his name. But if anybody's watching New Japan right now, they're suffering a lot with talent. And
I think NWA as well.
Oh, NWA,
EC3.
Yeah, he was trying to leave, and then you got Hammerstone over there now. They got a lot of older guys there that need to go. That do need to go. But right now,
I don't. Their format is so like,
it's bad. They do it like the old school format from like the 80s.
Yeah,
it's gimmicky, but it doesn't work.
Right.
And I think they're on Roku TV now to watch them. You can watch them on that Roku NWA Power.
Yeah, I hardly even catch them. It's once in a blue moon that I'll see like a post up on YouTube.
Yeah, I usually catch them in the highlights from people mentioning it on highlights. I'll just watch a highlight video that'll show like whatever it was for the last month.
And MLW Fusion's new season is supposed to start up, so that's kind of exciting to see what they're going to bring to the table.
Yeah, Cesar Duran, our boy from Lucha Underground, he's the head of the company there. I mean, Paul Walter Hauser does a lot of promotional work and wrestles for the company. But again, I think if you guys are watching or looking for watching a good company, I think we kind of gave you a fair taste of what's out there. I know that I'm going to try to plan a show the week after the Elimination Chamber. So depending on Dave's schedule and my schedule, we will definitely get in for Elimination Chamber because I think
when is the Elimination Chamber?
Saturday. It's the end of the month.
Oh, okay, yeah, that should be doable.
All right, so we'll probably do it the week afterwards. Because I want to talk about what's going on, and we'll at least have had Grand Slam Australia. We'll have a couple of shows. I like to build up a few wrestling shows because there's going to be a lot of things happen week to week. This podcast is mostly just for us to kind of hang out, talk wrestling with each other, with you guys. Again, shout out to Travis. Hopefully, we get him on the next show. I will give him the date ahead of time. Instead of kind of springing it on him like I did 2 weeks ago. Same with you, Tony. I'm glad you were able to come on, brother, because we love you. But I mean, we have a lot of great shows between now and then. WrestleMania being 2 nights, I might try to get it's NXT is doing its show prior to that. I would like to see if we could either do a show the week prior to it or the week after, kind of like either doing WrestleMania predictions or kind of talking about the fallout of WrestleMania, because we all know that leads into SummerSlam season, and Money in the Bank. So we have a couple of good shows coming up, and if you guys like this sort of show and content from us, let us know. There are a lot of wrestling podcasts out there, small, big, however you want to look in the middle. We're not going to do what they do, which is tell you the news. We're going to talk to you about what is happening and what's just the fun stuff. What our opinions are, and kind of educate. If you're not like Tony said, if you're not a fan of AEW, that's okay. If you're a fan of WWE because the grass is green over there, great. Go there, watch them. Wherever the product is and the talent is you want to watch, go support it. There's no tribalism. We have enough tribalism in toy collecting and in comic book collecting.
I mean, there is some tribalism, right?
There's a little bit. There's a little bit.
I mean, Dre is our one true tribal chief of the Out of Dimension podcast.
We even have a tribal chief sneaker thief.
Yeah, the tribal thief.
Yeah,
I've been wanting to get that T-shirt too because I kind of like.
Oh, that's so funny.
I love Bronson Reed. He's another good one. But again, guys, if you guys like this sort of content and want to see us do it, like I said, we do have plans for other shows for the big ones. Elimination Chamber. Yep. We'll do one for Mania, and we'll do one for SummerSlam, Survivor Series, and then probably if they have a end of the year show. I won't do all in or all out. I'll just kind of throw those in with us. I'll try to plan it around those shows. I know New Japan does not have any of their bigger shows till I think after Mania season.
Did the one in Jersey already happen?
No, the one in Jersey happens in March. Okay. And then that's their big March show, which I'd love to go to. and that's going to actually be, I think, Yuji's second title defense since after Wrestle Kingdom, because he had one this month. He has one this month and one in March. So those will be his first 2 title defenses. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to see. I don't know if MLW I know they have a couple of smaller shows, and I know we have Grand Slam, and then we have Revolution. So prior to we'll have Elimination Chamber, Revolution, and at least another small MLW show to talk about. So again, guys, if you are interested in this sort of content, let us know. We do love us some wrestling. I love it. It is, like I said, it is probably one of the most things I'm hugely passionate about. It's probably half my t-shirts I own are wrestling t-shirts.
Guys, it's wrestling and it's K-pop Demon Hunters, just so you know.
No, why do you say it like that? I do love me some K-pop.
K-pop Demon Hunters. I actually watched that with my wife. It's phenomenal, man.
It is.
I love that.
We've talked about it on the Outer Dim.
Hey, have you seen the hot toys for them?
I already pre-ordered them.
Oh my!
I'm that big a fan. I got them all.
I sent Dre a little meme earlier today where it said, you know, it's got Rumi and blanking on her name. They're like, oh, you know, we were told that we spent $1,200 in 1 week, and then you get the third one playing with all the K-pop Demon Hunter toys on the ground.
Oh yeah, Zoe. So it's Mira and Rumi were looking at their phone, and then Zoe's on the floor playing with the toys. So like in my house, Mira's my wife, Rumi is my toddler, and Zoe is the teenager, because they all pretty much have identified each with their personality types. And I pre-ordered the minute Dave sent me the pre-order when they went up. I pre-ordered Rumi, and then my friend that has sponsored stuff on the show, Andrew, shout out to you at Toyco. He put up Mira and Zoe, and he's like, "You want these?" I was like, "Yes, I do." So I will be getting all 3 of them. I will probably be keeping 2 of them.
Yeah, check it out, man. What is it? Is it on Netflix?
Yes, it's a Netflix only movie.
It's great, man. It's great.
It won the Grammy for Best K-pop Song.
Yes, it did.
Now, my teenager and I both agreed BTS, Blackpink, several other bands should have won it before that. But hey, it's okay. Golden is probably one of the most amazing songs. We do have BAFTA coming up in this weekend. It's actually, I think, tonight or tomorrow night, and BAFTA's doing a performance at BAFTA, and then the animated movies, it is nominated for an Oscar for Best Animated Film, and it's going to beat Zootopia. I'm sorry, as much as I love Zootopia too.
Zootopia was phenomenal too.
It's going to beat Zootopia, hands down. This movie will beat Zootopia. Granted, Shakira's song is not number 1 in the world. I love this. I love the song for Zootopia too. It's on my phone. It's on the playlist for Peanut in the car. She absolutely loves it. But I think Golden is going to be the reason why. And if it's not, I'll be surprised. I will be very surprised. Because again, it's whew. Yeah, BTS was they're awesome. But again, that's more of a Outer Dimensions podcast sort of conversation. But yes, I'm a big K-pop Demon Hunters fan. Do I love
Ultra Carter is a holdout. He's not seen it.
You've said that on our show several times. Go watch it.
It's worth a watch. Yeah, it's worth a watch.
It's on Netflix. Doesn't cost you anything.
And here, listen. I'm gonna hit you with this. I'm gonna cut a promo in on this. If you're not watching it, zoom in on me. If you're not watching it because you're trying to say that you're bigger and more masculine than this, I don't care how manly a dude is. That show, that movie, the songs are straight fire. Whoop that trick. It is too good to not sit down and watch. I've watched it 5 times. I have the songs go in my car to watch it. That's it. Because if you don't, I'm tired of people not watching it. You need to watch it. It's a good movie. Again, not shitting on Zootopia, but I did love the promo that Roman cut on Monday. Again, if you guys like wrestling stuff and you actually are a fan of professional wrestling, we do have a chat set up on Instagram. That's Wrestle Talk. It's just all we do is talk wrestling. We talk about the wrestling toys. We talk about pretty much everything in there related to all.
Dude, I need that Rhea Ripley Ultimate, man.
Oh, I missed out on it. I already missed out.
Yeah.
They screwed me on Entertainment Earth. They put her up, and I just got Stephanie Vaquer, and Lyra
You got lucky.
Lyra should be here Monday, and I got Stephanie pre-ordered. I missed out on the EOS Sky, and I need to get the Ultimate Rhea, and I'm probably going to end up finding her at Walmart or Target. That's how I
find them in person, man, because I missed out on the pre-orders too.
I got you. You tell me, oh boy, I got you. Because I know if I don't got you, he got both of us. Because Dave will probably find it before I do. Because he'll go to Target and be like, "Oh look,
yeah, it's Vakir and
actually, my Targets have been buried.
Oh, mine.
The only thing that I've seen at my Target lately was the 3-pack with whatchamacallit,
Orndorff,
Roddy Piper.
Yeah. I saw that. The Orndorff Piper.
I mean, that's like the only thing I've been finding. Like, was it last week? I went to Walmart. Nothing there.
Yeah, my Walmart. My Target doesn't even have like a dedicated wrestling section anymore.
Well, we used to have. It's just like they just have these things that have just been picked over for the years. It's nothing.
Yeah,
like up here in the Northeast, they really haven't been stocking anything here.
Yeah, like I grabbed him.
Oh, okay.
All you go. And I found.
Did you get your Drew with the Claymore?
Yeah, I did. No, I didn't get the one with the Claymore. I got the.
I was fortunate to get my Demolition.
I did not. I didn't get. I haven't even gotten the Umaga yet because I've missed out on him too. So I do have the Dirty Dom, and I'm hoping I can get that Dirty Dom. But I have placeholders. Like I have the elites right now. Because I got pretty much everybody in the bloodline except for Sami Zayn. He's the only Ultimate I don't have. But I have Jimmy J, Roman, Solo, Jacob Fatu. I know is going to get an Ultimate, but you have to buy the ring, and I'm not buying the ring because I'm not paying $200 just for his figure. You actually can just wait because they're going to do it. Rhea's figure is a resculpt of the one that came with the ring for SmackDown. So just wait 6 more months and we'll get a Jacob Fatu. And then I'll have all the bloodline with Umaga as well. So, but that's pretty much, if you're not into wrestling toys, I know AEW is taking forever. You can get the Will Ospreay, not Ultimate, they call them Supremes. Thank you. The Supremes,
that's a nicely done figure.
Yeah, he looks really cool. And actually, my Cody, since I have a placeholder Ultimate for Cody, I have the Supreme Cody Rhodes. That's my Cody that I use right now.
Yeah, that's a good looking Cody too.
Oh, it's a damn good Cody because he looks good, except for the joints just aren't good to put. Like if I wanted to pose him to like look like he's doing anything, it doesn't hold up well. And I have Ultimate CM Punk, Ultimate Hell that my wife got me last year for my birthday. So we'll see. WWE's getting a lot. There's a lot of Ultimates that are getting dropped, which is very unusual because WrestleMania, they usually drop more of them closer to Comic-Con. And New York, and so it really was it. We get them at New York City Comic-Con. We usually get 4, and then we get at least 1 or 2 at San Diego. So hopefully we'll see some different ones. I know Tiffany. I missed the Tiffany Stratton one, which is the one I need to get. I didn't get I got 27, Ultimate 27, not the ringside, because the ringside exclusive was not. I'm not paying the markup price to ringside. I'm sorry. I used to, but now ringside just likes to rob you. Like $35 for Joe Hendry with the title. I want the TNA belt to put on my Mike Santana figure, but am I spending $35 on a Joe Hendry figure? Or
just in case you guys is in the chat, and you guys, if you order from ringside, you can use code PATH, PATH, and you can save 10% off on your order.
Oh, where's that from? So I can make sure I give a proper shout out. Is that for you, my brother?
That's one of my buddies at Path the Collector on Instagram.
Okay, you heard that, folks. PATH. use that. And
so go to ringside tonight.
Exactly. I might
After
might
the
make a
stream.
difference. After the stream, I go there because I might actually have to get that.
After the stream and before Clubhouse.
Oh yeah, make sure you guys tune in
because sometimes
to
it's easier to put that code and save 10 rather than the free shipping one.
Yeah, the free shipping. I don't care. The shipping is not that bad. They don't gouge you on the shipping. They gouge you on the prices because like they mark you up $7-8 for the
depending on the figure and the character and all that.
And they always sell out of the good ones. So
right.
But I'm definitely going to be getting a couple. I do need to get that Paul Heyman, the Defining Moments Paul Heyman.
Oh, okay.
I do not the Defining Moments, the Elite Paul Heyman, the new one that's with the two that's the Wise Man.
Oh, the Wise Man. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I need to get that one so I could put him in the. I want to get him beat up a few times. He needs to get some dusty roads.
Definitely.
But yeah, if you guys, like I said, if you guys want us to do talk more content like this, join us on the Wrestling Talk. If you guys want to be a part of that, just hit Dave or myself up on Instagram.
We could even do our top 5 movies featuring wrestlers. Doesn't have to be wrestling movies.
Well,
there's going to be a lot of Batista movies on that.
Yeah, there's a lot of Batista. I think it's almost all Batista.
We could do a Batista episode. We could do a Cena episode. I mean, we could do that. That deceased
RVD and CM Punk have been in a couple of movies.
Chris Jericho.
Yeah.
Terrifier. And he just did a TV show recently on Apple TV. Edge. TV show.
Vikings.
Vikings, yeah.
Roddy Piper.
Oh,
yes.
He's got tons of movies.
Roman.
Frogtown, yeah.
So again, if you guys are interested in this sort of stuff, Dave and I will do that, and we'll bring Tony and Travis on for that as well.
Hold on a second. Let's not forget to mention the Miz.
Oh God, and Orton and Dean Ambrose and Ziggler and Kane. All
12 rounds.
12 rounds.
You had Cena, and then you had my boy Randy Orton.
Exactly.
Randy Orton did a movie. Oh wow.
Yeah, he did. He was in the second 12 rounds film.
It was yeah.
Oh, okay. Stone Cold.
Stone Cold, and then
the Condemned. That's a good one.
Dean Ambrose did a movie as well for WWE. Dolph Ziggler did a movie for WWE.
Kane did a movie.
Kane did
a couple of movies.
He did the first horror film for WWE.
That was it Jacob something?
It was See No Evil.
Yeah, See No Evil.
Yep.
1 and 2.
Jacob Goodnight, I think was his character's name or something like that.
Yep. It was a good.
Snitsky actually did his own movie too.
Who?
Snitsky has a movie.
Snitsky? Oh God! Well, he does adult movies. I heard.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say I heard.
He do like an
Tony,
like an action movie.
Let me ask you: have you ever heard of a movie called Body Slam from the 80s?
No.
Okay, look it up. It's an old one with Roddy, Captain Lou, a whole bunch of wrestlers are in it. It's like this weird promotion that's being run with a rock band and Roddy Piper as one of the wrestlers. They're doing a rock and wrestling thing, and their manager is played by Face Man from A-Team.
Oh, okay.
It's a weird kind of 80s kind of movie, but it's fun seeing the wrestlers in there, just kind of like playing themselves.
That's cool. And the wrestler had wrestlers in it too.
The wrestler did have wrestlers in it.
Mm-hmm. Well, we can't forget The Rock, right? You know, his outstanding flicks.
Oh, Scorpion King? What?
Hey, the highlight. Best CG.
You need to watch Collision, Tony.
Collision?
My girl Statlander's getting beat up by your girl Tekla.
Oh.
I just caught a highlight from.
I actually fancy Statlander a lot more than Tekla, but Tekla beast as well. For being such a shorty, man, her spear is pretty dope.
Oh yeah, she facts. So I do have a couple of other things that we're just gonna briefly go over before we end for the night. You guys, I looked at the calendar. March 7th is the weekend after Elimination Chamber, so that will be the Saturday we will get back together. Dave and I are free if Tony is free, and if I just texted Travis, if Travis is free, we'll get the 4 of us together. If not, it'll probably be the 3 of us together again.
I heard Tony charges for his appearances, so he might not be free.
I mean,
Who said that?
that's Dave.
Just because I asked for a cookie.
Listen,
I'm sorry.
biscuit.
I ate the I ate the
Biscuit.
cookies before
Man.
before the stream. I'm sorry.
No, but
Those
we will
Girl Scouts
definitely.
cookies are so good, man.
I'm saying.
Oof.
Who you saying? All right. So obviously next Saturday is Valentine's Day, folks. So I will not be doing a show that day. The week afterwards, I think Dave and I will try to get together and we will have another show for the Outer Dimensions movies, back to movies. Might be TV shows. I haven't decided what we'll cover yet, but Dave and I will go over the content and we'll pick something.
We're going to cover Unreal. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, God. No, Maven just did that. I just saw Maven's podcast on that. If you guys want to, go watch his podcast. It's hilarious. Where he spoofs the whole thing.
I just think it's so hilarious how he just sounds like a good old boy when he's talking. He's got that southern kind of almost Alabama kind of accent.
He's from Virginia. He's from where I used to live in Richmond.
Yeah, but he didn't sound that pronounced when he wrestled though. That's
what they made a joke about it. They actually said that if you watch his podcast,
once he got some money and he got those suits, he started embracing his country bumpkin sale.
Why not? But
okay, that's what he sounds like. Like a country Karen.
But if in case you guys are interested, this will be like I would say like for until Mania season, we'll try to do it once a month. It'll be interlaced in with our other content. We do like to tell you guys we are the lead-in show for Clubhouse. But I do know my brother from another mother here, Tony. He does have a show on Sundays. You guys should be watching. Tony, time for your cheap plug.
I got a cheap plug. I'm kind of disappointed my Latin Legion's brethren, Templaro, actually lost the title against Kushida at Battle Riot. But I have a podcast with my three homies, Al, Matt, and Ed, called Latin Legions Action Figure Podcast. We talk about toys from Mythic Legions adjacent and what's in the zeitgeist every Sunday, 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific.
Their show is amazing. You should watch it, folks.
We play games, we talk toys, we have a good time.
I had a great time, and I do have a standing invite to come back whenever I would like to, and I definitely will be taking him up on that offer later this year once we have a little bit more scheduling freedom, because I want to get past the Valentine's Day, the Easter, and all that fun stuff. And probably
did you buy your wife her gift yet?
Oh yeah, I ordered.
I did.
I took care of it this time. There was a whole big. I'll tell Tony backstage because I'm not going to talk about it on stream. But let's just say our anniversary gift kind of tanked on the gift I bought her. I got the money back, which is good, but I bought her a decent
I know
gift. Dave knows the story. I'll tell you, Tony, after when we get backstage.
All right, sounds good.
But watch my brother's podcast every Sunday. Dave, do you have anything going on Tuesday, or are we?
I'm probably gonna try a live stream this Tuesday just to keep things up and rolling because, as Dre knows, the not just the Outer Dimension podcast, but Dave's Dimension. Every year we do Stream for the Cure to help raise money for Roswell Park Comprehensive Cancer Institute, right for Roswell. This year we are going to be changing the prizes up a bit. They will actually be all three. They're going to be mostly 3D printed prizes, like props, like this one I just made here tonight.
You gotta get yourself on screen because I see myself on screen. So
Dave, make yourself bigger.
There we go.
Just printed this tonight.
Oh, cool.
And they do connect together, so it's going to be a functional prop. I'm going to be doing you guys can see some lightsabers behind me. I'm going to be 3D printing a couple mystery boxes, so you'll know that it's either Star Wars themes or Marvel themed. There might even be maybe DC themed. I'm going to be working on a few different things to do as prizes. Every year we do it where you donate $10. $10 gets you entered in on every wheel. So every $10 you donate, if we have 6 wheels or 7 wheels, your name is automatically entered on all those wheels. We do a last man standing wheel for each one. I think this year we're probably going to be aiming for about at least a 12-hour stream. Last year we did 24, actually technically 25 hours. But every dollar, every nickel, every dime goes directly to Roswell Park Comprehensive Cancer Institute. We all know cancer doesn't care whether you're old, bald, young, anything. I mean, fact, rock band Three Doors Down just lost their lead singer today. He was battling a battle with
Oh
cancer.
wow.
47, age 47. So that hits me and Dre because we're the same age. Uh, I've lost people in my family. My wife has lost people in her family. So we do Ride for Roswell for a number of years now, and I've been doing Stream for the Cure. I think this might be year 5 that we're doing it. So
4 for me being a part of
yeah.
it.
So every year we do a nonstop open stream. It's a hangout stream, and we're aiming for probably most likely end of April, early May. So, keep on the socials. You can follow me at Dave's_Dementia on Instagram. Or if you want to be a part of the Stream for the Cure, if you actually want to help co-host, or you want to collaborate, or you might have something you want to put up as a prize, please, you can message me there or email me at davesdimension78@gmail.com. And of course, invites open to everybody who, if anyone out there wants to come and hang out, if you have a YouTube channel, Instagram, Twitch, whatever you have, please, it's going to be an open hangout stream that extends to you, Tony, and the rest of the Land Legion, and anyone else who wants to come hang out. It's just going to be a chill stream. Last year, we had Allison, the Retro Toy Princess, come on. We did a little bit of coloring.
We
just had a great time, and that's what it's going to be. It's going to probably run from probably Saturday morning until, maybe I'll do 16 hours. Who knows? Maybe we'll keep going until we just stop. Who knows? Last year we did like 25, 26 hours.
And I will say this, that Andrew from Toyco, again, big shout out to Toyco. I spoke with him yesterday. He is going to be contributing an item. And you guys all know, if you're an anime fan, he does do import toys. I am going to be shooting for something, from him. I don't know what it will be yet. He always gives me the idea and then of what he'll offer. So I'm going to work with him and see what options will be. So
little teaser about something else I'm printing to be done as the giveaway. I mean, how are you going to have the Daredevil clubs and not have Daredevil's cowl?
Wow.
So I'm 3D printing that right now.
I thought that was mine. Honestly,
I was like, Dre, no, you're on the wait list, man. You're on the wait list.
Hey, quick question. I have a file for you. If I send you the file, would you be able to print it for me and we could talk more about it?
I'd have to see the file, but most likely, I mean, I actually, those that know, this year I kind of converted over to being going into 3D printing heavily. I mean, I have 2 printers now. This is the larger one, so that's how I'm able to do the cowl and still have plenty of room in there. So yeah, I mean, I just have to see what the file is.
All right, I'll send it to you later. See if
yep.
We can do it.
Yeah, no problem. I mean, if you can even attach the file as a email me davesdimension78 gmail.com. You send it to me that way, or if you just want to send me a picture to see what it is. I can do multicolor printing too. So if it's something that needs to be a little bit more complex, we can do multiple colors. I mean, that's where like the sabers and I mean half the other stuff I've been doing.
Cool, man.
Dre knows. I mean,
this
is 3D printed.
Oh, that's awesome.
I actually have
I want one of those.
So.
He's a Whovian. If you're a Whovian,
that's pretty cool.
I mean, you see the. Let me just remove the printer very quickly. The firehouse right there. I mean, I 3D printed that.
Wow, that's really nice.
Yeah, it's actually 1/12 scale, so it is actually not Kenner scale. That's 1/12.
Not technically, it's like the 5-inch scale, 5-inch figure scale.
Yeah, it's close enough.
So yeah, this is all 3D printed. Took me a little over a month, but yeah, 3D printing can be very obsessive,
tedious.
I can tell.
Oh yeah, I have. He printed out something for Lana for Christmas. Big shout out because she loved it. It's actually up in her room now. My wife has one. He 3D printed myself 2 things. I have my sign, the Geek Dad Blair, and then I have a fantastic one he did. So I've been blessed. If you guys, like I said, if you guys are interested, just hit us up. We do have a lot of stuff for that.
The Proton pack right there, all that's 3D printed.
Yeah, he did. He put that together, and I was there witnessing the whole thing. So I got the phone calls of upset Dave when things went wrong, and I got the happy calls when things went right. So, but yeah, folks, I'm honestly, for me, I will say this, like, I'm not really active on YouTube right now because there's just a lot going on with just the girl schedule, my work schedule. I do have some things, irons in the fire for some stuff I'm looking to record and put up on my channel. But it will probably, I'm looking to do some Black History stuff. I want to do an updated Blade video on my channel, obviously because Disney did officially cancel it. I do, after watching Wonder Man, I do want to do a dedicated episode for Black History Month for that. And then I want to do talk about Blue Marvel. There's some other things and characters I've been interested in talking about. And there is some content that I'm actually thinking of doing in regards of something I posted on my Instagram. If you follow me on Instagram, Dre the Geek Dad, you guys know I bought my youngest an autism awareness doll. Barbie actually released their first autism awareness Barbie. And I thought it was really cool that she came with like a fidget spinner, a tablet, and it gave me and my wife a chance to have a dialogue with our youngest about how people communicate. And it was a very interesting conversation to have with a 5-year-old that's actually very intelligent. But it's interesting to have like how she explaining how some people don't like loud sounds and that they don't know how to speak, so they have to use a tablet. And I'm very happy and proud that Barbie's doing more of that. And I did pre-order for my wife the Opal Barbie, that's representative of the activist that she was. I did get her that as well. So, I may be bringing some of that content onto my channel, and I am talking with a couple of people that are a little bit more social activists like my parents were, and I kind of noticed that I'm leaning in that direction. So I might do like 1 or 2 videos. Nothing. I'm not trying to make my channel political by any means or stretch, but it is something I am thinking about mentioning on my channel just for supporting people, because we were going to have a 5th person on the show today, David, our boy D Dubs. Shout out to you, DW. We love you, David. I know what you're going through right now because you happen to live in a place that's going through a lot of crap right now. And just know that you got brothers like us in the community that support you, and we love you, and we did not forget you. But I want you to know that everybody in your community, you came through big time for us last year and helped us out with Ride for Roswell. And I know in your heart that you may not feel it, but people are looking out for you. And we do care about you, okay? Stay strong, just stay mindful, and we are looking out for you. I just wanted to say that from the bottom of my heart, because I know that a lot of people don't shout out their other YouTubers that are going through some shit. He is going through it. I know he wanted to advertise his business, but I wanted to let you know we love you, man. Whatever you're going through, hit us up, and hopefully we get you on the show next time, okay? That's my rant.
And guys, we're going to wrap this up because Dre needs to go shine his head. He's got to open up that bottle of turtle wax.
I do have to open a bottle of turtle wax for my head, but I will say it was great to be able to have this Outside Interference episode 1 on the Outer Dimensions podcast, where we will have other co-hosts besides myself and Dave. Maybe it'll be just Tony. Maybe it'll be Tony, Travis, and D Dubs. Maybe it'll be just Tony. We don't know, but we don't mind because we love when wrestlers break the wall and have to get in the ring and interrupt that 3 count.
Break the walls down.
You got to break those walls down wherever the hell you are, Jericho. Get your ass to WWE. I'm sorry, I had to end that rant with just that. But instead of saying we're going to exit the dimension like we always do, make sure you can break out that 3 count. Kick out when you can, folks. And just, like I'm going to borrow Dave's line. Dave, you got to say it because you're a Ghostbuster. You got to say it. Say it.
Guys, like we always say, keep on busting, and we'll always catch you on the flip side. Take care, guys.
Peace, y'all.